This is the Ag Pro 300 Live Race Reactions Talladega from Talladega Racing in the Xfinity Series.
You call us forward as your people to extend curiosity when we don't understand, kindness when others are harsh, or love to all. Today, God, we ask for the gift of joy and fun to be abundant as we revel in the excitement of race day. We pray for safety for those driving and working on the cars. We pray for safety for those celebrating in the stands and camping out. May we be examples of your compassion and care for others and how we treat and speak to one another, regardless of who wins and regardless of our many differences. May we enjoy this day that you have made and give you great thanks. And together, all God's people said, Amen.
Our national anthem, please welcome High School Band.
That's always solid.
Yep, it started.
Oh, I just know my earbuds are permanently dead.
There's the truck with the flag.
That sight of the American flag on the front stretch never gets
So
old at
nice.
Talladega. Either does racing at Talladega. We're about to do
Let's
just that on the
go.
other side of the break. Adam Alexander and the guys will have the call. Enjoy the race, everybody.
Oh, we sure will. All right.
Toby, why aren't you eating your Cinnabon?
Oh yeah. Boy, this out good too.
This part. It's got the perfect amount of cinnamon all throughout. It's got the gooey frosting
Then go
dial
ahead
on
and
every piece.
Toby,
Cole, the
eat your
leaderboard.
breakfast.
Catherine, how's that helping? It's all the best part. The best part of Whitney's new Cinnabon pull-apart is all the parts. Now make them a part of your next breakfast.
All right, let me go ahead and pull up the leaderboard. It's Talladega, everybody. The track I live closest to, my favorite NASCAR track. This is awesome. Well, we live closest to Talladega Superspeedway.
And that wants to be Talladega.
It's the Xfinity Series, but the Cup race, the big one, will be tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm on this today because we have a sense of rain tomorrow.
Now, hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah. Plus, I take no risk on Saturday.
Starting up front is none other than Austin Hill.
Just like that line to the riders are the same. Don't settle. Get real deal speed, reliability, and power with Xfinity.
So, all the people that are watching, we're doing that's why 5.
Think about it. Morning is the unsung catalyst for all. Straps full to a rocket that hurls into space.
So we're probably going to be 2-3 miles on 0.0423 miles per.
Nearly 160 years.
always
You already got 5 people watching.
alright, but still, I'm about to start the
So Ace Rothstein Boyd Ryan will ride his bike for a little bit. Looking forward to the Xfinity. Look forward to this Xfinity race.
This place is big, it's fast, it's wide open, it's unpredictable, and the finishes here are outstanding. But it's going to be hard to top what we had last Saturday. Sam Mayer beating Ryan Sieg by that much. So after that, we were thinking about what happened. Talladega winner Ryan Blaney and the winner at Atlanta earlier this season. Daniel Suarez. I'm Adam Alexander. I'm sorry, man, to show that. Daniel loved it. Yeah, he did. That's right. I'm happy to see. I've noticed 2 things the last 2 weeks. Or the information they had. It's practice the outside car wins the race. So, I mean, there's a recurring trend. The outside guy's going to win. That could be, we always have great finishes here, as I said. So, all we try to management of this race. So, you're there to get that tournament back. We always approach these races as trying to control the races. You don't need to make much as you can and just, make the right decisions if you have to be as much as you can. Sometimes you're going to make the wrong decisions. Sometimes they're going to be the correct ones, but it's so hard to do because you're doing the best in the second, but be committed to what you're doing.
I thought the race is much easier from the front than from the middle of the pack. And also, work with your teammates. This is going to be one of those races that you cannot win alone. You have to work with your manufacturer teammates. And also, there's going to be always a little bit of striating. So saving a little bit of fuel when you can is also a great thing.
You talk about controlling the race, working with your teammates on the front row today from RCR, Jesse Love, and on the pole, Austin Hill. They've been great at this style. If not them today, who could upset the apple cart, go out and get it done?
Yeah, I mean, the RCR gang has been really, really good, and Austin Hill has proven himself as a really good speedway racer, so it'll be tough, but I look at Cole Custer, I feel like he manages races pretty well, so we'll see what he does today.
Who do you have your eye on?
Oh, man, it's tough. It's tough to pick one. I've been waiting for the Coldic.
Let's go trackside and get the command to fire engines.
Alright, get the command started.
Talladega, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Please welcome AgPro Company's partner and corporate sales manager, Timmy Ayers. Drivers, start your engines.
The engines have fired. Today it's round 9 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We are live at Talladega Superspeedway. Green flag shortly next on Fox.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Introducing the Boost Mobile Coachcraft Motorola Racing. Register mobile.com and get yours for $149.99 for a limited time. Get at it. Mouth-watering. Give me that creamy. Give me that crispy coat. Try the trio before it's gone. One Fox. saddle up to find lifelong love.
I'll just rip the other ones off.
We got a fire going, and that wasn't the only spark.
All new Farmer Wants a What? Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Sieg and Mayer going at it in Texas.
Every week, the road to victory lane can be chaotic.
Sieg and Mayer, what a thriller! Sam Mayer to get by win.
This is gonna be
But
good.
as in NASCAR's steepest banks, and chaos becomes inevitable.
This is Talladega. It's a different world.
Because once the green flag waves, speeds soar beyond belief. Danger lurks at every interval, and gravity disappears.
And this is the big one here in Talladega.
So however your season is going so far, embrace the chaos. Seize
Oh.
the opportunity it creates.
It's gonna be crazy, guys.
At Talladega.
I love it. Embrace the chaos. You better do that when you come here. Fox weather, cloudy skies. Temperature 73 degrees. Going to get up in the mid-70s today before things cool off for tomorrow's Cup race. Cars rolling off the grid. Let's look at our starting lineup. We'll start with row one, of course. RCR teammates. We talked about this. Austin Hill wins the pole. It's his third straight here at Talladega. In fact, he and teammate Jesse Love sweeping the front row for the third time this season. And you talk about RCR and how good they are when it comes to racing in the draft, but across the board, you just can't beat Austin Hill. 6 wins, that's the most by anyone in the field today. He's led the most laps at these types of tracks in 6 of the last 11 races, 472 out front. That's third on the all-time list. Let's dial up the pole sitter right now, Daniel.
Austin, Daniel, Adam, and Ryan Blaney up here in the Fox booth. How are you feeling, my friend? Definitely you have a fast hot rod.
Yeah, Nico, we got a really fast hot rod. It's been a Chevrolet, super fast today, as fast as the Xfinity internet. Hopefully keep it up front all day. Put on a big show for the fans and be there at the end.
That's awesome, man. We're going to be watching. We know that you are one of the best out there in plate racing, so we're going to show for us. Good luck.
Will do, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, you think Austin's just so good? He just woke up the grid. He sounded like he just
That's right. He'll turn it on. Yeah. Now we look at some more of our starting grid. Row 2, Parker Kligerman has a pair of truck wins here. Cole Custer is our reigning champion. We're looking for their first win of the season. Row 3, they got a Toyota and Ryan Truex. His older brothers won here 3 times. Martin and Sammy Smith back there in row 3 as well. Best of the junior motorsports group in qualifying yesterday. Row 4, got a Ford there. And Riley Herbst starting alongside the man that comes in the championship, Chandler Smith.
Here come the cars coming down pit road.
Riley Herbst, let's get a report on Team 98. Say good afternoon to the man that won here in 2013. Hey, Regan Smith.
Well, good afternoon, Adam. You mentioned Riley Herbst starting 8th today, and talk about a team that is in need of a good result. That would be that number 98 team. In the 5 races since he finished 5th at Las Vegas earlier this year, he has not had a single top 13 finish. In fact, 4 finishes outside of the top 20. But Riley told me earlier today that he's not at all concerned about that. They have had great speed with that race car, been very close a number of times. And think back to Daytona, where he nearly won the race, had a bad restart at the end. Keep an eye on that 98 today.
And I go back to last fall when he ran the Cup race here, finished inside the top 10, led laps, and he said that really infused a lot of confidence into that race team heading down the stretch of last season. You saw there in row 5, Josh Williams, Sheldon Creed. Creed's got to drop to the rear. Row 6, Patrick Emmerling, good in qualifying alongside Anthony Alfred.
We're going green next time. Bye,
AJ
boys.
Allmendinger, Taylor Gray, row 7, although Gray with some adjustments has to go back to the back with some adjustments. Row 8, Justin Allgaier won last summer at Daytona in the draft. He'll be a player today. And now we send it down to Josh Sims, also on pit road this afternoon for us.
Well, Adam, last week was an absolute heartbreaker for Ryan Sieg and the 39 team to lose by that slim of a margin. But after talking with the team this weekend, they are looking at the positive side of that race. It was a great points day for them, great for their mile-and-a-half program, and they moved above the cut line when it comes to the playoffs. Now, as you shift to Talladega for Ryan Sieg, this is arguably one of his best tracks. He's got a number of top 5 finishes here, a runner-up finish. This team is very confident. Now, they did qualify 24th, but if they can work their way through the field and avoid the chaos, they should once
So
again
Dash for
be a factor
Cash
here today.
driver
No
Sam
doubt.
Mayer is up here.
Runner-up finishes. Josh talks about the heartbreak last week, and hopefully they can bounce back here today and finish the deal. Now our Credit One race analysis. Under 13 laps today, 300 miles. First 2 stages, 25 laps apiece. That final run to the checkers, 63 laps. Fuel window, 40 to 45 laps.
I
That
did
will
check
be
the
big
radar
in the final stage.
weather for
Everyone will
Talladega.
have to get
The rain,
at least
there
one
might be a
time
little
at
bit
our
of rain
Credit
at,
One race
just before 7
analysis.
o'clock. But I think when it comes to time, hopefully we can get to the halfway point.
Yeah, and I think
But there shouldn't be any that much weather. But it is really, really cloudy. Hopefully we can get through this race,
he ended up running out,
which
and
I
not
think we
winning it,
should.
but
I think we will.
he's in a fast car. Teammates
There we
also
go.
know that he learned some stuff from
I
Austin.
think the
that
weather
can
will
maybe get him to victory
just be
today.
cloudy.
Austin Hill, pole sitter for the 5th time in his career, takes the outside lane.
Here we go.
It's race day at Talladega Superspeedway. Here
Green
we
flag.
go in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Here we go. Green, green, green.
A lot better connection on the top. Custer got a really good start. Was able to get the 21 out there. Now they kind of even out, and you see kind of the first 5 rows are separated from 6 on back. So be curious to see if that momentum, from that 6 row on back on the outside, do they take a chance early? Do go 3 wide? And looks like they're going to. They're ready to race, which is good.
I was thinking that Jesse Love was going to be.
They're taking it 3 wide down the backstretch.
And be there with Austin Hill for a little while, trying to go to school. Obviously, he's going to be learning right there from one of the best. And as soon as
I gotta think, what's half of 113? I gotta think about that.
So definitely, these guys are fast, but they're going to be aggressive. You can see that already. 3 wide.
Jesse Love, new colors this week. Black and yellow, number 2, right in the middle, getting a push from the 98 O'Reilly Herbst. And that 48,
But it should just be cloudy. 3
3
wide down in the tri-oval, almost 4 wide.
Really excited about their race car.
And that's something that I love so much about these Xfinity races. How these guys. I mean, we're a lap.
Austin Hill's gonna go to the top.
These guys have run 3 laps the entire weekend, and that's counting these 2 laps of the race. So these are the really first laps in a pack, and these guys are already running 3 wide, being aggressive. They're wasting no time.
Yeah, Daniel said it great. We don't practice here anymore, right? So you go make a single car run in qualifying, and now, boom, you're in the pack 3 wide. You're getting pushes. Your car's driving. You don't know how your car's driving. I mean, this is the first time you're experiencing it, so it's really important to be on the game as the green flag drops. The driver, spotter, team. I mean, anything can happen.
3
So
wide.
it's all about timing, right? Is how do you get
Really
that timing
like to
back
see
if
it.
we haven't had a plate race since Atlanta, okay? So spotters have to get their deal together. The drivers have to judge their distances from the mirrors. I mean, Sammy Smith, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst leading the 3 lanes. They're looking in their mirror at least 60% of the lap, just trying to keep everyone lined up. Where's the runs coming? And that part, you have to be on top of your game quick when you fire off because you don't get any practice.
You notice our scoring pylon, scoreboard top of the screen. Those drivers highlighted in purple, eligible for the dash
Ryan
for
Sieg,
cash.
AJ,
Best of the bunch
Allmendinger,
today
Sam
wins an
Mayer, and
extra
Justin Allgaier are all
$100,000.
your Dash for Cash drivers.
We're talking about Ryan Sieg, not qualifying very well, obviously being in Dash for Cash. He's already inside the top 10, lap 3. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts. These guys are being aggressive. You can already see the outside line be very, very well organized. We have a lot of fast cars on the top lane. Obviously, the first 2 RCR cars, clearly those were the fastest 2 cars in qualifying. And it seems like the outside line is already making progress.
24th to 8th for Sieg. Allmendinger on the move as well, qualified outside the top 10, but he's 4th in line in that outside lane. Driving the 16 for Colleague, won here in 2022. This is the Bennett Transportation onboard camera. Austin Hill looking back.
So once we get to lap 56 to lap 57, this race will be official. By the way, in case of any weather comes in.
Trend with these RCR cars. No matter if it's here, Daytona, Atlanta, whatever lane they decide to lead, it's going forward. And right now it's the top lane, and they've been able to, get the first 6 cars or so clear.
There's Shane Van Gisbergen.
That's been something. They have super fast cars. And
where is he? He's currently in the top 10,
If you
nice.
can control the lane, right? If your car is fast enough, you can pull whatever lane you want. Even if you get back in the pack, you're going to have people go with you because you know your car. They know your cars are fast. So if you just bail out of line, everyone's gonna be like, oh, well, the 21's quick. I'm going with him. So it just, the reputation on these speedways is like super huge. And Austin Hill and the RCR cars have gotten that, and it's definitely showing that the lane's moving forward pretty easy.
What about my amigo Shane Van Gisbergen?
Looks like it starts to be a little bit more calmer.
That Wendy's car already in 7th place. This guy, we have to remember, this guy, he's so brand new in this.
Not only did he not get laps in practice, he had never been here before yesterday.
He had some laps in Daytona, which is.
They just took the green flag. They're on lap 5 of 6.
I'm just impressed how quick he's learning. I already knew he was a very talented race car driver, but how quick he's learning these cars, the Cup cars. I mean, he's going to be in the Cup car with us tomorrow. So it's
Looks like it's probably going to be single file, and all the drivers are probably going to be in single file. They're going to be single file. It's looking like it.
Supercar champion, 34 years old from Auckland, New Zealand, but he has gravitated to NASCAR and doing great things. Won his first Cup start last summer at Chicago on the streets, running full-time in the Xfinity Series this year, and you see it with our Wendy's onboard camera. He's getting with it in that outside lane.
I feel like all of New Zealand can fit inside this racetrack. I wonder what he thought when he drove in here. Like, man, this is big.
Let's go to Josh on the race leader.
Let's get an update on Austin Hill. When you look at the numbers, he's got 6 wins on drafting tracks, but he struggled at Talladega. And when I talked to Andy Street, the crew chief of the 21, he told me it's not a matter of them doing anything wrong at Talladega, the reason they've struggled. He said the races just haven't played out in their favor in the past, but there's nothing they need to change. And as of this race right now, Austin Hill said everything is good with the car right now. He just wants to know if the 2 behind him, his teammate Jesse Love, needs him to do anything different in terms of leading and what the 2 needs from behind them.
Everyone going to school in this opening stage, figuring out what they need for later on. It's the 14th straight time on a drafting track that Austin Hill has been out front, and that ties the all-time record. He's led all 6 so far.
Here's one thing we can all agree on. Having more choices beats having less choices. That's why we make a range of Ford F-150 pickups for any job. Whether that job is getting heavy things where they need to go, powering things on the go, or going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Toughness sport can only be called F-150.
Give. Now it's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get unlimited data, talk, and text. You get America's most reliable 5G network. You get to choose who gets on your family plan starting at just $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It doesn't have to be family.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. Can Sugar Ray Leonard do everyday tasks wearing boxing gloves? And now putting on his new Arch Fit Skechers slip-ins. You just step in and go with comfort that will knock you out. Try new Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins.
Results for cooking made easy. EV. Oh, I didn't think AI could control best tires for my EV.
With Treadwell, you can find the perfect tires for any EV using the same expert advice you'd get in a discount tire store. Get your best match in 1 minute or less with Treadwell.
Austin Hill has led every single lap so far.
Go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, Steel, and Scott's. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your neighborhood Ace. So stop online. Order online, we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Or we'll deliver it the same day. Around the block, what you need in stock. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
The Ag Pro 300 on Fox is sponsored by Ford, built Ford proud, and by Credit One Bank. 9 laps in at Talladega Superspeedway for NASCAR's Xfinity Series. Make it 10 laps down. Austin Hill still out front. Jesse Love right behind him. Parker Kligerman, an Alliance car, Big Machine Racing in the 48. Good in qualifying yesterday. He is hanging tough and leading that low line around. Can't say enough about the start to 2024 for Chandler Smith, second-year driver for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, the bottom's starting to surge up a little bit, and how they're doing that. They don't have a ton of numbers, not as much as the top, but you see so Chandler's doing a really good job, right? So down the straightaways, the top usually goes a little bit quicker, so he's pinning him up against the wall, and they were running the widest radius right against the fence, so then he would just go right to the bottom and shortcut the distance. Now Austin Hill saw that, and now, okay, I'm going to go down and block this lane. So it's all about Custer took the.
Custer's going to take the bottom.
Let him up there.
Ooh.
Yikes. That is tight down
Dicey
there.
for positions.
Here comes Cole Custer flashing through. Regan?
Adam, as we see the 81 of Chandler Smith was leading that inside line before he just got shuffled out. That was interesting to me because yesterday he told me he did not feel like his car would be able to lead other cars to the front of the pack. Well, that's exactly what it just did right there. He's learning a lot about that car right now. They struggled to do that at Daytona. Keep an eye out if he could continue to do that.
No, of course. I mean, he was able to bring alive the bottom lane right there with less help. With that being said, sometimes the top, it happens very often where the top gets a little bit lazy. They start saving a little bit of fuel. They start feeling comfortable, and then you have 5-7 cars running wide open in the bottom, and then they start making progress right away. So I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened. Obviously, I wasn't driving, but that happens pretty often.
And it's hard here, as compared to Daytona or Atlanta. It's so wide here, so you see these guys running the top lane, and the distance around the bottom is so much shorter, even down the front stretch here, it's super wide. So and since it's so much wider, it's harder to throw blocks, right? Okay, there's so many more options for the trail car to go. How do you play the lanes correctly? It's honestly easier at Atlanta and Daytona just because it's narrower.
That inside line is falling down.
Not so much if you're. It's actually tougher if you're the trail car. So just different tracks require different things, and then you kind of see it play out through the race.
Fords working together in the low lane. Custer was battling for the lead a couple of laps ago. Right behind him, his teammate, Riley Herbst. Let's get an update there, Regan.
And the 98 of Riley Herbst, as you mentioned, right behind his teammate, Cole Custer. Not overly thrilled with the handling of his car right now. Take a listen. Daniel and Ryan, how annoying is that when you're on the racetrack here going almost 200 miles per hour and your car is darting all over the racetrack? It's got to be a pain.
It's definitely a pain. It's never good when your car is going everywhere but the straight. It's never a good thing. What he means with having a 1-to-1 box, that means like it's extremely fast box, which in Superspeedway racing, normally you have a slower box just to be able to stay in the draft and to be a little bit more smooth. And what he's trying to say is just that the front of his car is working too well and it's turning too quick. Maybe it can be air pressure, it can be many different things, and he's looking forward for some adjustments.
Yeah, the other thing, with Riley saying his car's darty down the straightaways, that is going to be worrisome if they don't fix it for like the end of the race when he's trying to take pushes. When the car is on his bumper trying to move a lane forward, you need your car to be pretty stable. And everyone sets their stuff up differently. I've always liked my car to take a push. So we might give up a little speed, but I handle better. So I can actually get, going, and I can move a lane, and people are confident.
Credit driver leading the dash for Cash is AJ Allmendinger.
Like, I'm not confident pushing that guy. So hopefully they can get that sorted out.
Let's look in that outside lane. Justin Allgaier started 16th today, but he's up to 7th.
Hard to watch with that 81. Did not
I want to do it though, you know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. We got to make it to the end. We've been here before. I know.
10 laps to go, stage one. The temptation is always there in the draft, huh?
It definitely is always there, and you got to look. I mean, there's the first, 10 cars, almost 11 cars top on the clear. And if Justin takes the chance and tries to go to the front, no one goes with him, and he's going all the way to the back. So it's always risk reward here.
Look at some of these names in the top 10. Van Gisbergen, Weatherman, and Clements leading the way. Austin Hill.
Toyota Racing is looking for iron stomachs that can stand the pressure. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing. Toyota Racing is looking for quick draw thumbs that leave their own smoke trail. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
1 in 8 people have worked at a McDonald's. That's a lot of technical skills, people skills.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
And lifelong skills. Learned on the job and off. That 1 in 8 will always have.
We started in Brooklyn in '78 and quickly learned we weren't building exhaust. We were building excitement, giving drivers that same roar of victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed.
HCM is a serious heart condition, affecting as many as 1 in 200 people. Like me.
And me. I was still short of breath on my beta blocker.
So I talked to my cardiologist.
And asked about treatment advances in HCM.
That talk made a real difference.
It gave me new hope.
Talk to your cardiologist today. Visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
All right.
Ultimate Hybrid. Advanced ceramic and wax technology. The best of both worlds, but better. Only from Mothers.
There are those of us who burn our calluses. Choose raw materials over ready-made. It takes a special kind of person to build their world from scratch. And a special set of tools. Northern Tools are problem solvers' paradise. There's nothing we can't find, fix, or figure out together. We're made for this. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com.
Welcome to Talladega.
Let's go racing.
There goes half the field.
Looking forward to the Cup race tomorrow. Hopefully they can race tomorrow.
The NASCAR Cup Series from Talladega. Coverage begins
Which
Sunday
I looked at
at
the
2
weather, and the rain should be out of there by
Eastern.
at least afternoon. So it depends on the track, how long it takes to dry the track, and yeah.
For yourself. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
It's a great program in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Dash for Cash, been doing it for 16
6 to go in
seasons,
stage 1.
giving out over $5 million round 3 today. Aerial coverage from Talladega provided by Goodyear, powering the race from the green flag to the checkered flag and every mile in between. Goodyear, more driven. 6 to go. Stage 1. Got dicey a couple of times, but so far so good for Austin Hill. In control of this race from the pole as we pop in where our Dash for Cash drivers are running today.
And AJ Allmendinger is showing up, I've been really waiting to see those quali cars show up. The way that they were showing up in Superspeedway racing a year and a half ago, we were actually so used to see the quali cars up front, all of them together, working together. And they've been working hard to trying to get that organization back to where they've been. And AJ, that's one of the main reasons why AJ went back to the Xfinity Series and seemed like slowly they're making some progress. And look at Jeff Burton, man. He's also making a lot of progress. He wasn't very happy with his car in qualifying. He thought that the car didn't have a lot of speed, and he's back in the game now.
Our state water heater's onboard camera took a punch there. It looks like a crack in the lens.
That's the only thing wrong with it at the end of the race. I'm sure they're going to be real happy
He'll
with
take it.
No, Jeb's great. I mean, he's worked his way up to 12th, started in the back, went to the rear for changes, already started back there, and he was very methodical.
I'm gonna afford
Working his way
again
up.
here.
He's won here a couple times, right? Jeb knows what to do in these places, so I figured he was going to make his way up at some point in this race.
He's won 2 of the last 5 with 2 different teams. We talk about the success for Colleague. His first career win came here in 2021, driving for them, and last year getting Jordan Anderson racing their first ever win in Xfinity competition. Josh?
And Adam, you talk about drivers getting their first career win. That's exactly what Sheldon Creed is looking to do.
I hope Sheldon Creed gets a win soon.
Last year, and for him right now, he started at the back of the field because of a flat tire that was going down during qualifying. He's worked his way through the field up to 16th. His spotter talking to him over the radio, telling him not to pull out of line. Sheldon is eager to make a move, but they told him, we got to be smart. We need stage points. If you pull out of line, guys are going to pull with you. So, guys, how difficult is that when you want to go, but you don't? You got to be smart and patient with these moves.
Go ahead. I was going to say that Sheldon Creed is such a talented race car driver that, eventually is getting all the question about, hey, when are you going to win? When are you going to win? He has finished second how many times? 9 times? 8 times?
8.
And he's one of those drivers that he has speed a lot. And obviously, Jockey Racing, they have a lot of speed in the Xfinity program. And he's been close several times. And I think that sometimes he just has to continue to be patient. Let the race come to you. And hopefully we can see...
Herbst's going to drop down to the bottom.
Today.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a great position with the 18, and then the 2 SHR cars lined up there. They looked like they were making a gap to get a run, and the SHR cars kind of jumped him, and went before him. And that's the tough thing. And you're going to, coming down 2 to go, end of the stage, you're going to see more
I'm
guys
watching this
start
race on my
pulling out of
phone,
line,
by the way.
getting down there, trying to start a lane, because you got to go now, right? I mean, especially if you were the cars outside the top 10, you're like, well, I'm not going to lose anything. I'm not in stage points. I have to try this. And as more cars get formed on that bottom, it's going to pick up speed.
Alfredo in the 5 dropped down in front of Riley Herbst. Brandon Jones in front of him, and Allgaier was waiting on it.
Look at that. Here comes Herbst.
Going to make it 3 wide. Parker Kligerman.
It's going to be close coming to this end of the stage.
All of this happening, as Ryan said, inside of 2 laps to go in our opening stage.
That is going to really kill the bottom right there. The bottom actually had a pretty good steam going, and by the 98, making it.
Here comes Jesse Love.
With that being said, now that the whole front of the top is making moves now it's a free game. Everyone for everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, look how wide it is. Like,
Jesse Love. Wow.
5 lanes wide. Jesse Love with a big block.
Wow. Good. Wow. Good block.
Top lane a little bit. Now they're going to get momentum coming back to him. So Jesse Love's out a couple car lengths. It's better for him right now because the second row is even, right? It's better than if second was
there we go.
Free, so.
Oh, Justin Allgaier around. Hard into the wall.
Final lap, stage 1. Caution is out for Justin Allgaier, who was running 5th.
Oh, one of your Dash for Cash drivers.
That's a great sign, indicating to safety workers.
Well, Jesse Love wins stage 1.
He is okay.
And that's not
he immediately gets out of the car. That's
right
wow.
Here's team radio.
Big wreck. I'm on fire. I'm getting out. All good though. I'm getting out.
It's good to see Justin got out. I mean, he was up there in the second or third row of the bottom lane.
Jesse Love won stage 1. Did he say he was on fire? It didn't look like he was on. The car was on fire.
I see 98 pretty close to him here as they're starting to exit 2. Justin fades up just a little bit, and the 98 tries to turn underneath him, and it looks like.
Oh, did the stuff get loose? I think Allgaier just got loose
One of
and.
those weird things. Your car gets light over there off of 2, and it's easy to turn around.
Yeah, I mean,
wow, I'm not. Wow.
And I understand, especially when you
Watch this impact.
on your left rear.
Ouch! Like I think the whole entire car just went off the ground.
A hole right there. I feel like if he was making the move, he was going to be almost on the yellow line. So it's a little
It was
tricky.
close
How
between
he
Herbst and
can
Allgaier if they
see
made
how
contact, which
had a
I.
bad angle right
It
there,
was
and the
close.
impact was very, very hard.
Hard into the wall there.
Last couple of weeks, really good
Ouch.
to Allgaier. Came in, one of our drivers going for the
Justin Allgaier, he hit hard into the inside wall.
Lost in all of this.
Oh, dang.
Jesse Love makes the pass for the lead, and he wins.
Yep, and Jesse Love wins stage 1.
Talladega.
How many minutes has the live stream been going on?
For about 40 minutes. A little bit over 40 minutes.
Alright, I'm putting on lap 100.
All right.
So basically, it's gonna be Hood from 88, and I think you always saw the 2 times I hit the fence.
People skills and surprising moments.
By the way, your mic was on mute, by the way.
No way. But yeah, I've made the wall times.
Yeah, I mute your mic because I wanted everyone to hear the actual race and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't blame you. Just down there, same stuff.
All right.
I'm about 88 left. Just to win the chaos.
Everything you love about a Corolla now comes in an SUV. All-wheel drive and a hybrid powertrain. And connectivity for all your devices. Now, it's a new gas-powered 24 Corolla LE for $269 a month. Or it's a versatile new 24 Corolla Plus with all-wheel drive.
So, guys, to recap stage 1, Austin Hill pretty much dominated, then Jesse Love passed, and Justin Allgaier spun out and hit hard in the inside wall. Yeah, he's fine. He got out of the car immediately.
Yeah, tough day at work. Nice cruiser switch right.
When I'm riding, I'm not even thinking about my painful cavity.
Oh, you shouldn't ignore that.
Every time I get stressed about having to pay my bills, I just hop on the bike, man.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta pay your bills.
You don't have to worry about anything when you're protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
Well, you definitely do. Those things aren't related.
Oh, that is a vibrating pain. Stage 1 done at Talladega. Jesse Love gets the win. It's his 4th stage victory of the season. Everybody coming down pit road, Josh.
Let's start with the 21 of Austin Hill, led 23 laps today. He's happy with that car. A little concerned, let's say, with his teammate Jesse Love and the late block that happened towards the end of the stage. Otherwise, things going well for the 21 Regan.
48 and Parker Kligerman too loose, and you see right there, slid straight through his box. That's going to cost him time. They were going to take 2 tires in order to keep track position. The 81 of Chandler Smith right now, he needs a little bit of help with the dardiness in his car. Said the speed is good, and the 2 of Jesse Love is a little bit edgy off of 2 and through the tri-oval.
Race off pit road. Josh Balicki at plus 23 was the first. Love goes back 1 because of that. Hill was second off of those that were up front at the end of the stage.
I don't know what happened to Parker Kligerman.
Kligerman sliding through the box.
Oh, he just slid through his box.
It did not come down the pit lane. So as we get ready for stage 2, we will set the running order when we return. You know, RCR has been dominant in the draft. They've won the last 8 stages in this configuration.
Oh, it kind of looked close between Herbst and Allgaier. Still, that was a big hit.
Playoff mode a thing? Not a thing. Look at the evidence. It's definitely a thing. It's not a thing. Of course it is. Playoff Wheezy is locked in. Playoff guy is going nuts. Even Chuck's playoff jumps are funny. No, they are not. Sit yourself down and watch some NBA playoff matches. Because we all know it's not a thing. It's clearly a thing.
Cracker Barrel was founded on the simple belief that freshly made food should be served up at a fair price. Today, that's more important than ever. So we've got over 20 meals under $12, including all the generously portioned classics that made us famous and the signature sides you've always loved. All served up with an extra helping of care. Eat, shop, earn Cracker Barrel rewards.
What's up?
Who are you?
I'm your inner child. Get in. Listen, what you really need in life is some freaking torque.
What?
Horsepower keeps you going, but torque gets you going.
What happened to my inner child craving love and acceptance?
How about you love and accept this? Power shot.
When can I drive?
You already are.
The Dodge Hornet RT, the totally torqued out crossover.
Arenado and the Cardinals take on Alonso and the Mets. Or the Reds battle Seager and the Rangers next Saturday at 4 Eastern on Fox.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. Listen to this place. All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select battery lawnmower sets. Real Steel. Find yours.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out fighting. 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on, 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx, they saved you a lot of money. Saved that extra $200-300 a month. You do the math. The money we're able to save with using GoodRx, we're able to do all these extra activities.
Another one in my
It's
comments.
hard too for a little skinny thing. So it puts less
Who has
stress
the
on our
penalty?
household.
I don't know if anyone has. I think Alfredo and not Alfredo. Parker Clearman slipped through his box.
Coming up next on Fox, the United Football
Unless
League
otherwise.
continues hard-hitting action as the Michigan Panthers battle the San Antonio Brahmas, or the DC Defenders take on the Birmingham Stallions. Check local listings for the game in your area. All set and ready to go for stage 2. And when you're not executing a pit stop,
playing football playing football on pit road. That's great.
That's my amigo Jerry right there.
Here's Jesse Love Radio.
21 knocked your brake there when you pulled up in front of them. So just be aware of that on the front stretch. Staying hungry. That's what we need. So very good. So thank you. We've been talking about it a little bit. Unless it's bad, there's not.
Yeah, that's real. Honestly, that's really good information to give back to Jesse. Like, hey, that was close. And that guy caught you a break. And just so you know, if you're in that position next time, you need to make your decision sooner, or that block isn't going to be there. So that's good information. To a younger driver. The speedway racing, not a ton of reps here in this car at this style racing. So that's really good crew chief spotter relaying to the driver.
What you got, Josh?
Well, Justin Allgaier checked to release from the care center. Day comes to an end earlier than you wanted it to, of course. As everybody was jockeying for a position, what happened from your perspective?
It's so hard to tell. I mean, car was really, really stable all day. And just got down there, and you're trying to hold off all the different lanes that are coming at towards
I want to see what happens.
Obviously, Riley's trying
If they make, I'm still not sure if they make contact.
It started to pick the back of the car up whenever he got to right there.
Oh, okay. So it looks like they did make contact, but I think Allgaier got loose and got into the 98.
Brand fresh agriculture soybean car. So Shermansky this week, and obviously a lot of fun to what we do with Brand and the
That was a
different
hard hit.
types of back codes that we
Oh, I
promote,
see.
and
Yeah, there's a
unfortunately,
little
we're
fire
sitting
coming
out
out
here
from
not
me
even at the
under
end of
their
the
hood.
first stage. So it's a disappointing day. I mean, obviously, car was fast. Huge thanks to everybody back in the shop, everybody at Chevrolet, Hendrick department. We just not our day.
Glad you're okay. Those 7 or 8 drivers that had stayed out when pit road opened came down the second time around, so everything cycles through. As you look at our stage 1 points up front, outside lane, Jesse Love to his left
All right.
teammate, Austin Hill. It's a reverse of what we
And
saw
green flag
on
back
the
out.
initial start. And you saw Love with a hand out the window, motioning Chandler Smith to push him from behind.
That means vámonos. Vámonos.
Is that what that is?
Good timing too. I mean, they got connected early. The bottom row did a really good job too. One thing I've noticed, here at this restart, you got 4 of the Gibbs cars in the top 10 now. So can they find each other? Can they get hooked up? And can they pull a lane if they can all get nose to tail?
It's been a challenge for them early because a couple of them started in the back. But as you said now, into stage 1, they got a chance to get connected. We'll see what those Toyotas can do in the draft.
No, it's very interesting this part of the race because, as Ryan mentioned before, you are really learning who is fast, whose car
Austin Hill
runs
takes back the lead, by the way.
who's being aggressive with the blocks and things like that. And you can see how, even though the restart just happened, it's almost like people are already finding their guys, the guys that they're working with. And that's very interesting to me. Obviously, the Gibbs cars, they are already towards the front. They are finding each other. The Chevy guys are up there as well. Obviously, the RCR, they've been up front all race long so far. So, yeah, this is getting interesting.
I want to update Parker Kligerman. We saw him sliding through his pit stall. They came back down a second time, changed rights. They came back, changed lefts, and restarted outside the top 20, but has already worked his way back up toward the top 15 in that outside lane.
We've seen the initial start and this restart. They get 3 wide really quick, right?
3 wide.
Guys like, this is my
It's
best chance to
awesome.
make up spots. Let me put it in the middle. Let me do this and that. You've seen really aggressive racing for a handful of laps here. So we'll see. We'll see as everything kind of gets sorted out. Where does everyone, stay? Does the top lane prevail again like it did the first run? Does it stay more consistent? 2 lanes, 3 lanes like this that we're seeing right now. So it's a kind of an interesting time to see it. But every lane has a lot of cars in it. So that part to me shows that I think we're going to see 3 lanes here for a little while if they stay committed to each other.
Austin Hill back in charge in that outside lane, driving the 21. His teammate tucked in behind him. Chandler Smith third in line.
The middle lane is doing a great job slowing down the top because the top, is carrying a lot of distance in the corners. I mean, if we could do the math of how many more feet the top lane is running than the bottom, for example, it's quite a bit.
Austin Hill's lane.
But they get an advantage on the straightaway, but that extra mile per hour, half a mile per hour that they're running in the corner. But when they get that mile per hour extra, the middle lane is doing a great job of slowing it down and not letting them go away. And I give a lot of credit right there to a 20 car for all the work that he's doing. Truex is doing a great job right there, making sure that the top lane doesn't go away.
Yeah, you kind of see, like Daniel's talking about Ryan Truex, his job. He's obviously leading the middle lane, but like his job, we talk about side draft all the time. Side draft everywhere, but here these plate tracks is important. So when you're that car in the middle, you kind of get a double side
3
draft
wide.
for the guy on the outside because you're side drafting their left rear, and the wall is kind of creating a little bit of side draft for them too. So you're like have to pin them up right as close to the fence as you can to try to stall them out. And then the bottom lane, just like, I'm just doing my thing on the bottom. We're just going to drive by all you guys.
Yes. How about a little Ford power down there, huh?
That's right.
Cole Custer, a little push from Ryan Sieg, 0-0. The reigning champ takes over the race lead.
Yep, Custer's the lead.
So wide that everyone is side drafting each other and the bottom just went cruising, right?
Yeah. Cole was like, thanks. Ryan Truex did all the work, and the bottom lane just drove around everybody.
Look at that. Ryan Sieg up to 4th.
I think the top is still the best place to be. The place where it seems to me that everyone is a little bit more disciplined, especially with those 2 RCR cars being together. We know how fast those guys are. And those guys seems to me that they are the most committed to each other and disciplined at this point in the race.
Hard for me to believe this is the first time Cole Custer has led laps at Talladega Superspeedway. Ford has not won this season. They've not won
in Talladega since 2017 when Eric Almirola got it done, driving the 98 car then for Fred Biaggi.
What about Ryan Sieg? He's about to take the lead.
There comes Ryan Sieg.
That's for Dash car, and he's up there again in the fight. You guys mentioned it earlier how he's been running up second place finish here in the past, and he's in the fight again.
The give and take out front. Just when it looked like Ryan Sieg is going to be the guy in the low lane, Custer gets a shove.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-0 again.
Custer to the lead with the push on the outside.
Timmy to a spot for Ryan Sieg. Timmy does a good job. Lead Ryan to challenge it for this lead. So it's cool. I mean, obviously Ryan had a good shot to win last week. Just barely missed out on it. It's nice to see that he still has, obviously confidence from last week. Like, hey, I can go out, I can do this. And he's always run good at these racetracks. Been really confident in these places to make moves and committed to the decisions that he makes, and it's paying off for him right now.
Just about halfway home in stage 2 at Talladega. Cole Custer, the man in charge. Sieg, Truex, Herbst, and Creed up there inside the top 5. They're 3 wide. So as we go to break, we'll do it side by side. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Talladega Superspeedway. We're glad you're with us on Fox.
Only 3.
There's no one way to power up, as long as 4 is your starting line.
Oh, I think they're a little bit jumbled up on the inside there. So far, this Talladega race has so far been good. Good Talladega in every way.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one. The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Wow, Ryan Sieg.
Family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
Wow.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway. Get your tickets now at KansasSpeedway.com. Bacon.
Right.
So you're telling me this bouncer pass gets us into the Creation Museum too? Yep, how cool is that? What are we waiting for? Let's go! Whoa, is that a mastodon? I think so.
Wow, the Fords. Awesome. Riley Herbst and Ryan Sieg. They are just making great moves.
And toast to our past. This is Fox Nation, where all of America's stories are told. Sign up and start streaming today.
4 wide. Oh, I thought that was almost a wreck.
This is the make or break moment. The chance to carve your name into the history books. This is the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
I'm glad you didn't miss anything at home since we were side by side, because everything has been really good in this race so far. 3 wide. You would think we got 2-3 laps to go in the race. We're just halfway through stage 2, and these drivers are getting after it. Tucker, Georgia, 2 hours from Talladega Superspeedway. That is where the race shop is for RSS Racing and Ryan Sieg, and he is out front trying to bounce back from the heartbreak last week in Texas. So far,
He's been making great moves.
Yeah, you saw Sieg and Riley Herbst get clear on the bottom, pull it up to the top. They controlled the top lane with the 2 RC cars in 4th and 5th for a little bit, and then Austin Hill decided once I finally got clear, I'm making moves. I want to control this race. This is where I'm comfortable. And
Austin Hill trying to go to the bottom there.
It's going to be tough for him, to figure out. He did kind of lose his teammate, but Jesse Love's coming back in the middle lane. But
the best way to beat the RCR guys, Austin Hill in particular, is you got to box them in. You got to trap them. You know, they kind of had him trapped, and then the top surge, and they got clear, and now boom, he's challenging for the lead again. So it's going to be tough. We've seen some great moves by a lot of drivers today. These guys are racy, which is always makes for a fun time.
You know, something that impressed me so much for the RCR cars, all the 21 and the 2, and even the 48 that he has analyzed there, is how quick they can recover. You know, the second that they get side draft or they're making the move, they find help and they are able to recover quickly. And that's the biggest asset that they have, that they can make a move, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, they don't pay a huge penalty.
Yeah. RCR teammates Austin Hill, Jesse Love combining to lead 32.
Have less than 10 to go in stage number 2. With
Austin was just waiting.
Austin Hill, he went to the bottom, but here comes Chandler Smith.
Back to block the top here, but the reason why he waited to make that move, because he was waiting for the bottom to get close, right? That's a tight block right there. But
wow.
Clear up, but you know he was timing his move. He's not going to pull out if he doesn't have a car within 2 or 3 car lengths. So he's got to make sure their momentum is coming towards him so he can use it. If he just pulls out and there's no one behind him within 5 car lengths, he's just going to drop back.
Chandler Smith to the race lead.
Split. So that just shows you how methodical Austin Hill is of kind of thinking his way through these speedway races. That lower lane starting to come together just a little bit, led around by the 5 of Anthony Alfredo, doing double duty this weekend. We'll drive the 62 tomorrow for Beards Motorsports. And right behind him, Parker Kligerman, who had the issue on pit road, had to make a second stop, and he has resurfaced close to the top 10.
I think it was, Parker Kligerman for like pitting outside the box or something. I don't know. I think he had slipped through his box.
38 is Matt DiBenedetto. Running a limited schedule. He's had to bounce.
He's in the 38. Matt DiBenedetto is in this race.
But he too is working his way toward a spot inside the top 10. 8 laps to go. Stage 2. Chandler Smith is out front of Austin Hill, Jesse Love.
Fox, you're going to commercial break again. And of course, it's not even side by side. What the heck? Where to go, Fox?
Vabysmo was the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD.
According to the leaderboard, Chandler Smith is out front. Had Austin Hill, Jesse Love, Ryan Truex, and Ryan Sieg.
Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects were cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Your Wyndham is waiting because you earned it after months on the road with the travel hockey team. And since chances are you're about 10 minutes from a hotel by Wyndham, you can keep earning and redeeming points towards free nights. Wyndham Rewards. Get the lowest price at WyndhamRewards.com.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Introducing the Boost Mobile Coach Prime Motorola Razor. Rush to boostmobile.com and get yours for $149.99 for a limited time. Get after it.
Give me that creamy, crispy, crunchy, mouth-watering shrimp. Give me that creamy, beefy, topped in pepper, and give that crispy coating. You better get you some. Try the trio before it's gone.
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Every Saturday, your game is on Fox. Because here is where it happens. Saturday on Fox, Judge swaggered up and went supersonic. Saturday on Fox, Acuna racked these up on his way to the record. And it was Saturday on Fox when Harper went all Harper. Saturday on Fox is where it happens.
Coming to
4 laps to go on stage 2.
Talladega
Talladega Superspeedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Chandler Smith is leading. With that, we get to you. Today's Toyota top performers. 3 of them inside the top 10. Taylor Gray started at the back. So did Sheldon Creed. He's worked his way to 11. But so much give and take right now at the front of the field.
Oh, here comes Austin Hill and Jesse Love.
Austin Hill pulls out a line, and he's bringing his teammate Jesse Love with him. That is power down low right there. Brandon Jones in the 9 starting to surface at the front.
That was a great move. He knew that he had his teammate, and his teammate was going to be loyal to him. There they go. They're controlling the race once again on the top.
Jesse Love thought about taking that run. The 21 was pretty far out front. And Jesse
Austin Hill lead.
Run out. You saw him kind of moving the steering wheel back and forth, and he thought better of it. Better be patient in this situation. Still 3 to go.
I think he's trying to clean the air after what happened in stage 1.
Yeah. Now this be your wingman, right? I'll push you to this stage, man.
Yeah.
Forgive me. You know, the middle and bottom, they try to get going, and then someone bails and makes it 3 wide, and then it kind of it hurts that lane a little bit. Then they kind of get back their momentum and going again, and then someone bails again, and then it falls back. So it's a matter of how many people can you keep committed, in that non-preferred lane, I'm going to call it, just because it has less cars. So they've been hanging decent. If they could just get 5 or 6 of them really committed to each other, I think they would be able to challenge the leaders here. But they're kind of running out of time, but they need to get going pretty quick.
2 to go.
At this point, though, some guys are going to start taking that
Stage
run like
2.
AJ Allmendinger just did, and that'll help that bottom lane. Look at the momentum the 16 has. He's going to drive all the way up to Sieg.
And the 9 is coming that strong behind him as well. So yeah, I mean, you're saying, right? And I think that just if these guys were a little bit disciplined to each
That's
other,
Allmendinger
in
5th.
what they would be able to
Alfredo's going to try to drop to the bottom there.
That's what I'm saying, that the 5 goes. So I don't know if he's wild or he's trying to slow down, but
He might have bailed. He's like, I'm going to bail out of this. We'll let everyone know Jeffrey Earnhardt made a pit stop. Looked like maybe had an engine problem. Driving the 26 for Sam Hunt. Finished 2nd here after starting on the pole 2 years ago. AJ's car's fast. I mean, once he pulled out a line, they really...
All right, last lap of stage 2. I see Sheldon Creed making 3 wide here.
Final lap, stage 2. Austin Hill in control, had to drop down to block AJ Allmendinger. Little squeeze outside. That allows the 16 to get alongside Hill. It's going to be a fun little race to the finish here in our 2nd stint of the race.
Oh, big push on the top lane.
Big pushes there in the top lane. It just gets so stacked and tight. Now Austin Hill is...
Oh, Brandon Jones got all loose.
Now he's going to block the bottom. They're trying to get 3 wide.
Oh, that's really tight there with Parker Kligerman.
Chevys, Toyotas, and Fords inside the top 10. Back through the
Hill
trial
blocks.
to finish the 2nd stage at Talladega.
Looks like it's going to be Austin Hill winning stage 2.
And stage 2 going to go to his teammate. Austin Hill gets it done. That's 9 straight stage wins for RCR at Drafting Tracks. And for Austin Hill, that's his 2nd stage victory of 2024. He also won stage 2 in the season opener at Daytona. And oh, by the way, he went on to win the race.
So Austin Hill wins stage 2, and we're at lap 50.
Let's go places. What causes a curved out ear? Is it Peyronie's disease? Will it get worse? How common is it? Should I talk to? Can this be treated? Stop typing, start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today. Looks like you need a vacation. Just enter 5-Hour Energy's Where Will the Tide Take You sweepstakes. You could win a $10,000 dream beach vacation. Go to 5HETide.com to enter. Enter today and find out where the tide will Advanced ceramic anti-wax technology. The best of both worlds, but better. Only from mothers.
Not all Caitlin Clarks are the same. Caitlin Clark, city planner.
Just like not all internet providers are the same. Don't settle. Get real deal speed, reliability, and power with Xfinity.
She shoots from here? That's kind of my thing.
Get the real deal with Xfinity Internet today and get fast speeds and reliable connection to all your devices in the home, even when everyone is online.
Unbelievable! Have you ever seen anything like that?
Do we have your attention yet? Is this the new face of the Great American Race? Is this how you dance on the razor's edge? How you find a diamond in the desert? How you beat the heat? Will this gladiator be the last one standing? Who's gonna attack from the rest of the pack? Last question. Are you not entertained?
DC, Michigan, San Antonio, the United Football League. Next on Fox.
The Act Pro 300 on Fox is sponsored by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and by Xfinity. Pit stop's underway, Josh.
All right, let's get an update on the 21 of Austin Hill. Your stage 2 winner said that car's a little darty on exit. They're going to make a chassis and air pressure adjustment to help him out. As far as the 39 of Ryan Sieg, he said the car is still a little bit too free, so they're going to also make an adjustment to help him.
The 16 of AJ Allmendinger is pretty good. A little bit too free off of turns 2, and the 2 of Jesse Love just can't get through the bubble to get to the bumper of the 21 car.
Race on pit road.
Jesse Love gained 2 spots.
We had some guys going in the wrong direction, including
Well, 1 spot.
Austin Hill.
Brandon Jones gained 3. What happened to Austin Hill?
Brandon Jones +3.
Oh, what happened to Hill?
By the 81 team for Chandler Smith and Parker Kligerman. A few guys stayed out again. We'll reset everything for the final stage in Talladega next on Fox.
Not all Caitlin Clarks are the same. Caitlin Clark.
Sunday on Fox.
At Granger, we know the ones who get a lot of hats. A hard hat is one, problem solver is another. Whatever the job calls for, we're here. We're America's trusted source for industrial-grade products, with the scale and resources to deliver and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Because we know that hats change, but having access to real people ready to help, combined with fast delivery, never goes out of style. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, with the ones who get it done.
You know, when you come to Talladega, you get your money's worth. The racing is great. Maybe you take a walk down the boulevard, or just go to the mullet contest. How about this? Josh Williams, driver of the 11th, one of our judges, and there is the 2024 Mullet Master.
Look at that, man. Look at that. I mean, these guys are legit.
I don't know if that's a mullet. I don't know what you call that haircut.
What did you tell us during the break, Daniel?
Before I moved to the United States, I didn't know what a mullet was. I never met anyone in Mexico with a mullet. So that for me, that's something I learned here in the United States. Maybe here in Talladega, who knows? I can't remember.
Yeah, people ask you like, "Hey man, you got a mullet?" Be like, "What kind of animal is that?"
Exactly.
Y'all have here?
Bad news. We're talking about Josh Williams. He gets a penalty, vehicle interference. He'll drop to the rear.
Oh, vehicle
And
interference
tire
for
got
Josh
away from
Williams.
Patrick Himmerling, so the 07 also will have to come from the back as we begin the final stage. Next Saturday on Fox, it's an NL showdown as Paul Goldschmidt leads the Cardinals against Pete Alonso and the Mets, or the Reds battle Corey Seager and the Rangers. It's all next Saturday, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox. Check local listings for the game in your area. Talked about the Boulevard. Wendy's is back on the Boulevard this weekend here in Talladega. Maybe a frosty for you guys when we're done with the race today.
Yeah, I was right there this morning doing a little activation with my friends at Wendy's. I got a couple fries and a frosty as well.
Do you dip the fries in the
That's
frosty?
my big question. Yeah.
Oh man, I just think that fries and ice cream, they don't go together.
It's a frosty. It's not ice cream.
Well, I don't know, man.
Is it frosty ice cream or is it some other concoction? I don't
So
know.
when you came to the States from Mexico, you learned what a mullet was, and you also learned it's okay to dip the fries in the frosty. Go after
I
it,
learned it's okay, but I haven't done it. Just like the bullet, I haven't done it.
I used to dip my nuggets in the frosty. I dipped everything in that frosty. I've never used a spoon.
You have a win. Take risks. That's what it's all about.
Take it where you can.
Chandler Smith radio. He's third.
Whoever the is on the radio, fix that now. I didn't have a spotter for half that whole stage. Yeah, call's out here, but there's nothing really we can do. It's a frequency issue. I can hear people talking in the background, so.
I don't know if you guys hear the same thing that I did, but it almost sounded like a metal music or something. Like he was listening to some sort of music, and that happened to me in Richmond, and I was also for a bit.
It's frustrating, man. Like you're, especially here, right? Like you're trying to have communication, you're trying to concentrate.
Well, it looks like.
Hopefully.
Well, guys, it looks like looks like this race will be official today.
Maybe it gets better on the backstretch, where he's away from the fans.
All right, we're in the start. We're in the start of the final stage.
What happened to my phone?
I don't have no idea. It just on your end, it just blacked out.
Can't do all those.
These guys, I mean, I'm just so impressed.
Jesse Love out front now.
Strong, consistent. He's definitely done a great job studying and learning from his teammate. His teammate, as you saw, Ryan, on the break.
There's Austin Hill.
He's not wasting any time on those 4 tires.
You know what is the concerning thing is that if he made that many adjustments, that means that he wasn't happy with his car and he won the stage. So let's see what he got now.
I thought it was funny that when he moved to the middle, he got a guy from the top and the bottom to go with him. Like everyone's like, "Oh, he's making a move. I'm going with him to the front."
Look at this move. Middle of the screen, 21.
Shit, dude.
Whatever he wants with that race car.
Hands to go to the bottom of the 48. No one went with him. He's going to take a little while. Hopefully, drag his teammate up some to him. Recharge the bottom.
Injury to Cisco Alvarez.
A Georgia flavor in the top 10. You got Chandler Smith up there from Talking Rock. Brandon Jones from Atlanta. We talk so much about Austin Hill and how good he is.
Yeah,
He's from Winston, Georgia. Going to celebrate a birthday tomorrow. He'll be 30 years old, Will Austin Hill.
Race car.
Tell me what was happening.
Well, stage 2, Austin Hill won stage 2. Great racing, really great racing.
So he's a driver that he's been around for a little while. He has a lot of experience.
And the only incident that happened was with Justin Allgaier spinning out and hitting the inside wall hard. That was the only incident we've had in this race.
He's one of those guys that I really see him as a championship driver.
Here comes Brandon Jones to the lead again.
But he's patient, he's smart, and he has speed. I mean, in 2 laps, he went from what, 15?
It feels so nice in my room.
And Brandon Jones, got back to the lead. Didn't start very good in that Menards car, but he made his way to the front. Brandon's a good speedway racer too. Goes overlooked a little bit, but he's doing a good job of managing his race.
I hope Brandon Jones wins the race soon.
In his career, takes over the race lead for the time being, Josh.
I also won the
mentioned the 2 runner-up finishes for Brandon Jones here. Has a lot of confidence for that team. It's been a tough couple of weeks. 4 straight finishes of 13th or worse. But when I talked to them before the race, they said this team has shown
Anyway,
themselves
by the time he
and continue to run well. That was the key for today. They said we have to be smart. We have
4
to be
wide.
aggressive. But they know they have the speed in those cars, and this is a place they've run well. They're hoping to get the win here today.
And think about the
I think my
resurgence
phone
in
went
recent
off
weeks for junior
because
motorsports. 2 weeks ago,
wrestling
they
on
were
it.
outstanding. Justin Allgaier was so good, winning a stage. Sam Mayer was second in that race. Last week, Mayer wins. Allgaier won both stages. They're leading laps, putting themselves in position. And I know we had the problem for Allgaier today, but Brandon Jones serving notice, junior motorsports, is going nowhere. How about that stat? RCR, drafting tracks, and winning stages.
The win here today.
And think about the
we talk about close calls and
Because
blocking.
what
You see,
happened was I was coming down the
right in
straight
front of the 8
with
last-minute block.
Ooh.
Already on his bumper. As soon as the 27 pulls down,
Wow, that was really close between Jed Burton and Sammy Smith.
Get forced back to the middle. So we talk about these decisions you have to make really quickly, and we're like, you're judging inches of being clear or not, and Jeb cut it as close as you can right there. It just got out of shape, and it just shows how on edge these cars are. If you kind of get front and rear bumpers sliding around, moving on them, and it can get you wiggling like it did Jeb.
Here's 27 radio.
I understand you're doing a great job being patient, making runs. I know it's hard. You can't be the leader. You have to be the follower.
Really quickly.
You can actually hear on his onboard camera. You can hear how his car. I don't know if this is good or bad, but his car is having some contact. I don't know if it's with the front or with the back, but his car is having some contact. Yeah, I mean he has done a good job. I think he's gonna be right there at the end when he matters the most. He has shown how good he is.
It literally looks like from the on-car camera, it looks like it's gonna rain soon.
Yeah.
But it's just heavy overcast.
Yeah, this here, I think it's like nicking the right rear side skirt, So it's
But this race will get done today.
Bouncing the rear of the car on the racetrack. That might be what he's talking about, and that might have contributed to how he got out of shape there in the trial.
2 wide, with Brandon Jones still leading.
Laps to go. Only 2 drivers out. Justin Allgaier with the crash. Jeffrey Earnhardt with the engine. We got 36 out there running, and they're all on the lead lap. Regan.
And if you see the number 48 of Parker Klickerman, second car on the outside line right now, having a great run back through the pack after getting shoved.
What is up with Haley Deegan? She's back in 31st.
I was saying back there waiting for the big ones happening.
So I don't think he wanted to because he went to the back of the pack, but it has worked out well. He's learning his car, knows exactly what he needs out of it now.
Change at the front. Sammy Smith pushes Ryan Sieg to the lead as he goes up to cover the outside lane.
Ryan Sieg
comes through, and look who's behind him. Shane Van Gisbergen in the 97 is getting Talladega figured out.
I'm telling you, man, this guy is going to school. He's been patient. We have seen him being patient in the top lane, in the middle lane, all race long, and right now we're going to be able to see a little bit of the aggressive Shane in the Superspeedway. So let's see what he can do.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. It's like, the 39 got the lead on the bottom in the middle. He gets the lead, he pulls up. The 8 just did the same thing, and then they just run the wall, and then the bottom lane just drives right by him. Like, I don't know why they're not running the middle. Like, if you're in the top quotation lane, like, just run the middle and try to cut distance off. The bottom's just surging in front of you, and it's, as a leader, it's hard. Like, what's the best way? What do I make as a decision? And how do I keep this lead? And it seems like, I don't know why they're running the fence, just because the bottom keeps driving by him. If it was me, I would try to just run the middle to shorten the distances. You see Austin Hill get to the middle with his teammate Jesse Love.
Ryan Sieg to the bottom.
Ryan Sieg shoots out a
Oh
line,
yeah, I
trying to
see
get the
what
top spot in the 39.
I think I'm back
Remember, you're gonna have
behind.
to make a pit stop in this final stage. We could get it under green in the next 7-8 laps.
Mil.
Now a move
Shane
to the
Van
outside lane for
Gisbergen
the aid of
looks like he
Sammy
might go
Smith.
to the lead.
Here comes Van Gisbergen in that 97 down low. And look who's helping him in the draft. The driver owner, Jordan Anderson, who was top 5 at Daytona, and right behind him, his teammate, last year's winner, Jeff Burton. Some great stories in the top 10. Anthony Alfredo is there. Taylor Graves making his 4th start in that black and yellow number 19. And Sam Mayer. It's been a quiet afternoon for him, last week's winner, but he too is now in the mix. 50 laps to go at Talladega. Pit stops coming when we return. The action, fast and furious. You're watching it live on Fox.
Now it's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get unlimited data, talk, and text. You get America's most reliable 5G network. You get to choose who gets on your family plan, starting at just $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It doesn't have to be family.
And more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. Did you know there's no
You give. Now, you get unlimited data. You get America's 5G network. You get to start just $25. It doesn't have to be family.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk.
I didn't feel they went through full swing commercial.
Oh, wreck.
Talladega under caution for the 3rd time today. A crash that took out some really
Jeremy Clements. Is that Brandon Jones? No. Ugh.
Get rid of these ads now. Get rid of them. I don't care about Applebee's. I'm stuck in ads.
Oh, is that Ryan Truex?
No, so many tournaments on it.
Yeah, such 2 of our cash for cash guys. And AJ Allmendinger got a piece of it as well.
Major damage for Jeremy Clements.
AJ Allmendinger?
This window net is down. Just singing his
involved in an accident today. Saw the damage there for AJ Allmendinger.
Got a little bit of right front damage too.
Celsius onboard camera. And there's a look from outside the 16.
Yeah, that number 20 is out. 51's out.
Yeah.
The 1 is 2.
Yeah, such 2 of our dash.
The 9.
See what happened.
See how tore up he is. Yeah, AJ being in great shape.
I want to see what happened. Oh, it looks like the 39, the 48 made contact, and wow.
Celsius on camera, and there's a look from
Sam Mayer, I think, is involved. Matt Benedetto.
No, not Maggie. Are you kidding me?
I'm not sure if that's him or not. The 48 and the 39 make contact. 21 came up. Oh, the Parker Clearman came down as Ryan Sieg came up and got into Brandon Jones.
God, that could have been that stunt splash at that number 20 win, the 9 in the front.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy Clements. Yep, Matt. That was indeed Matt Menadillo who got involved.
Parker's spotter and 39 spotter saying middle's open. I don't think there's nothing.
I think Josh Williams was involved.
Same space, and they didn't know it closed as quick as it did.
Wow. 48 came down as 39 came up. How close was that for Sheldon? That was close for Sheldon Creed.
Oh man, that one to the win over too.
If he doesn't do that, he could very well have been.
Yeah, Sam Mayer.
He is the race leader, and Sammy Smith, who was right behind him, that was able to get.
The 91, and you can see the tires on the 16. I mean, he's pretty much locked. Nothing else.
You know who?
Josh Williams.
The 48.
I'm not kidding. If he outwon the front by the 18, why that angel he would at the.
Leland Honeyman Jr. was also there in a 42.
Goes low, trying to avoid it all, and just gets cold. They come down off the banking. You know,
Let's ride now with Cole Custer. This is our forward performance.
The ready and he got the camera.
Yep. Wow.
Josh Williams in the grass, missed it all.
He was in the chaos happening in front of Cole, and he and his team did a good job there.
Leland Honeyman Jr. was also. Let's ride now with Cole Custer.
AJ made contact with the 91.
He went to just a little bit where he thought there was a hole that was probably different on that little impact. That it wasn't a hard wreck, but it hard enough to kill the nose.
A lot of these times, like, you know, people are wrecking.
Yep, Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Josh Williams, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Truex, Jed Burton, Matt Menadillo, Ryan Sieg, Leland Honeyman Jr., Parker Kligerman, Jeremy Clements, and Kyle Weatherman were all involved. Oh, I was really wanting to do Brandon Jones to do good. Oh, that's hurts. That sucks.
Well, listen, all that is out, and I'm pleased with my other favorite probably.
Right, it's not. The drivers aren't driving them anymore.
This season,
People are hard to guess.
Toyota Racing is looking for jaw droppers. Iron stomachs that can stand the pressure.
Started at 8 and quickly learned who were building first victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed.
This season, Toyota Racing is looking for jaw droppers. Iron stomachs that can stand the pressure. Quick drop thumbs that leave their own smoke trail. Hold on tight and strap yourself in. This season, we want.
Yeah, I was saying how about Sony doing that, and the top part of the slab saw greasing up front slip, and it was busted. At one point, the bike angled up into the fence a bit.
It's television ballsiest family quiz show. On Fox.
The Ag Pro 300 on Fox is sponsored by Credit One Bank. So good to have you with us on a Saturday afternoon. Talladega Superspeedway aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, powering every mile and every moment on NASCAR's road to victory. Goodyear, more driven. 45 laps to go, under caution for the third time today. At least 12 drivers involved in the incident. A few of those retire for the afternoon. Pit road is going to open up here, and we'll do that with 44 to go. And this is right there on the edge of the window. So everybody probably going to come down and make a pit stop here. Question becomes, you go fuel only, which is what most would have done had they made a green flag pit stop in this scenario, or with being under caution, do you put on some tires?
Looks like everyone's going to come down pit road.
Austin Hill, Sammy Smith, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Sieg, Sheldon Creed, the top 5. Here they are, Josh.
And during the last stop, we saw some big adjustments for the 21 of Austin Hill. He's happy with that car now, and as you see, fuel only for the 21 and for the 39 of Ryan Sieg.
Yes, everyone's fine.
3 seconds of fuel, make it quick as they check out the front right of that car as well.
Expect an extended pit stop for Parker Kligerman. They are going to work on the left front. It does have a hole. They want to get that patched up. And the 8-car, Sammy Smith, wants to do whatever they have to have a quick stop, which looks like fuel only, a little bit loose on entry for him.
First off pit road, the fuel only stop. Austin Hill maintains his position, +6 for Chandler Smith. Sammy Smith lost a spot to him. Ryan Sieg, no extra time. I wondered if they would have damage. Evidently not. He comes off in the top 5 as well. Going to be right around 40 laps to go when we get the restart at Talladega.
Toyota Racing is looking for iron stomachs that can stand the pressure. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing. Toyota Racing is looking for quick draw thumbs that leave their own smoke trail. This season, we want you. Join us at Toyota Racing. Oh, wait. Black Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see what it just went black. That's really unfortunate.
Give and you give.
So I suppose it went all up with now.
Unlimited data talking text. You get America's most
Remember last year's race? This stream was like over 4 hours long.
$25 a line. Does it have to be family? It doesn't have to be family.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
The only bad thing that happened was on the front part. That's it.
With Straight Talk Wireless, you get unlimited data talking text.
I have head pain.
5G network. You get who gets on your family plan starting at just $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It doesn't have to be family.
There's advice you get in a Digital Tire store. Get your best magic 1 minute or less with Treadwell.
Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And that last time fast racing. It's a little surreal. I'm talking to Ryan Blaney and Victor Lane. You're crazy. Blow my mind. Congratulations. Man, all America's watching. They want to know what's the party going to be like. Well, you're invited. Oh, yes. It's really cool. Really cool. Yes, man. This is awesome.
Looking forward to drivers only Memorial Day weekend at NASCAR Xfinity Series, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Nice, but no, that was crazy. You know, the first time we did that, Pocono, Brad won the Xfinity race. And I just happened to win my first Cup race the next day, and Brad's awesome. And he grabbed the headset mic and interviewed me and Victor Lane. That was really cool. So I'm looking forward to being back in Charlotte.
Looking forward to it as well. It's always a good time. Let's go down to Josh.
Brandon Jones released from the Care Center. A strong day for you guys up until that wreck. What happened from your perspective?
Gosh, I hate this for Menards. It's been a rough last couple weeks, but the speed's there, and unfortunately, I think what it takes here to be good is aggressive moves right here, and I don't know, right? Kind of, he got turned. 39 got turned by the 48, it looked like, or yeah, vice versa. But gosh, it just, you have to be aggressive, and the only way to be aggressive is to get up front, right, somehow, and then learn how to play those lanes a little bit, work the lanes back and forth. I mean, that's the whole key to this race is just figuring that part out. And the only time you can practice it is in the race, that's the only time. So we did a great job, I think, of getting our car positioned right there at the end to make those moves and to do things like that. Now I just hope that no flick winner wins this thing, gets locked in, and
turn on my face cam now. Speaking about it.
As I want to see, I probably bounce the best on my face.
This one, we'll see what we did wrong, but I think all in all, this was a solid day. I wish I could finish it out. That's all we're missing here, is just to finish these races out. We got the speed, so yeah, I look forward to the next race coming up. Thanks, Brandon.
Brandon Jones done for the day. Jeremy Clements also released from the care center. Had that cycle of stops. A couple of pit road penalties, one for the 31 of Parker Retzlaff, and the 19 Taylor Gray also penalized.
Got some great tracks coming up still. I know I keep saying that, but Dover's always a great track coming up. So
starting to thin out the pack just a little bit, and we've eliminated some really good drivers in the draft.
And just to finish these races, get the speed.
And you look at our scoring pylon, we're highlighting the drivers going for the $100,000, and you only see one right now. Ryan Sieg is all clean. Let's get to know more about driver 39.
The 19 Taylor Gray.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sieg, driver of the 39 Psyop Sport. I'm from Beaufort, Georgia. When I was younger, they called me Rhino. That's my nickname. Family operation. We're all there every day. Kyle and I, my mom and dad. It means a lot for to get the first win with them. Plus, we have 100,000 reasons to win the race and win that dash for cash.
It would be poetic justice if 1 week after what he experienced last Saturday at Texas, he comes back here and what's not too far from his hometown, and he wins at Talladega and takes home an additional $100,000.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised. Momentum and good energy is real. They have it right now. They did everything right last week, and they were extremely close to do it. And it will be a beautiful story, for him to get the first win here in Talladega, close to his hometown, and then on top of that, to get that win.
Oh, for sure. The 16 is opening still on the lead lap. Not 100% sure how speedy his car is going to be. It looks like there's a lot of repair work on that thing, but you never know.
Sam Mayer has been released from the care center, same for Ryan Truex. Coming up next on Fox, the United Football League continues with hard-hitting action as the Michigan Panthers battle the San Antonio Brahmas, or the DC Defenders take on the Birmingham Stallions. Check local listings for the game in your area.
42 2075.
Brahma Bull. It's a bull. I mean,
I didn't know. I was legitimately asking.
I hope I'm right in that. Now that you've asked me on network television, that's what I'm going with. Okay. That's
going back racing.
United Football League. You wouldn't just go with the Bulls. You want to go and be a Brahmin, right?
Right. Yeah. A specific type of bull.
That's right.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me that question.
Sieg and Hill on the front row.
41 to go as we get the restart. Outside lane, Austin Hill to his inside, chasing $100,000. Ryan Sieg.
3 Fords lined up on the bottom. The Sieg, Custer, and Herbst looks like they're connected really good. They might be able to get all 3 through. Chandler Smith decides to go to the bottom. For a brief moment, he's going to stay there. Then you have SVG that's going to come up and try to push Austin Hill.
Van Gisbergen driving for Collick. There is an alliance there between Collick and RCR. Jesse Love still hunting in that lead group as well. Ryan Sieg back on point, takes Custer with him as they jump up in front of Austin Hill.
The 21 car over there is still very strong. You can see how his car is a little bit rough through the bumps, but whatever it is, he's quick. He's very, very quick. And
Austin Hill's trying to make it 4 wide. It is 4 wide.
Shane say, nah, I'm not going without aggressive move right there, right now.
Oh, dang.
Riley Herbst starting to show what he's got in the 98.
And Herbst to win.
4 wide. I don't feel good about that.
We'll have to wait and see, but he's good.
Smith there, 48 at Parker Kligerman, and that bright yellow car in the outside lane, Blaine Perkins.
Man, here comes Austin Hill.
Very, very quick.
It's go
time. Dang.
Somebody, not sure who. Could get a caution for debris. We'll keep an eye on that. Only 3 cautions this afternoon.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. Now 4 for that debris. First caution of the day. Final lap.
It was getting good.
Allgaier
Yeah.
got crashed. And the caution at the end of stage 2 and a big one moments ago that involved 12 cars. We'll step aside. You have crashes. Cars aren't all pieced together. You get more cautions with the debris.
We're Ram, and the trucks are what you do.
All right.
Better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this truck month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
I actually feel like taking this thing off.
Ram Truck Month. Get new rollback manufacturer's pricing with lower starting MSRPs plus 1,000 bonus cash on 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks.
At East, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Eagle, Toro, Steel, and Scott's. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your neighborhood Ace. So stop on by or order online and we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Or we'll deliver it the same day. Around the block, what you need in stock. Service so good, it's guaranteed. Ace is the place for helpful hardware, folks.
Looks like you need a vacation. Just enter 5-Hour Energy's Where Will the Tide Take You sweepstakes. You could win a $10,000 dream beach vacation. Go to 5HETide.com to enter. Enter today and find out where the tide will take you.
1 in 8 people have worked at a McDonald's. That's a lot of technical skills, people skills, and lifelong skills. Learned on the job and off. That 1 in 8 will always have.
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your private eye alive.
All I'll do is
Armor all, a little bit of
there's
this.
about
Protects you from a lot of that.
stayed mostly clean though.
Buy $20, get 5 back on May 31st.
The stars of NASCAR are here in Talladega for the biggest thrill ride of the year. The pre-show kicks things off to Eastern time, and the green flag flies at 3 Eastern. It's tomorrow on Fox. Under caution for the 4th time today for the Xfinity Series. Let's go to Josh.
Sam Mayer released from the Care Center, and Sam, at all, could you feel that starting to build before the wreck happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Me and Kevin on top of the roof, like we made the choice to go to the bottom, like just a lap or two before that, and unfortunately we couldn't get away from it no matter what. Our car, our first back in Alabama Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity and Internet, that's for sure. We were able to make good moves to the front. Made a couple bad choices, got shuffled back, but overall solid day. Everything that I learned since Daytona was working today, so it's got to be a little bit better, and then we'll be there.
Thanks, Sam. Glad you're okay.
For Sam Mayer, it will be his 4th DNF of 2024 in 9 races. That's the bad news. The good news is, by winning last week, he's locked into the playoffs.
That's why he had a smile.
That's right. Yeah, you can.
He was the only guy that after wrecking had a smile.
How could you not be smiling even?
Yeah, AJ Allmenier's bumper.
What happened last Saturday at Texas?
Yeah, that was a great day for him.
That I learned since Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, I think we still have a lot of laps.
Currently, Riley Herbst is leading.
Racing is going to continue to be intense.
Yeah, I forgot to turn the volume on my phone.
So with the race, and I'm really looking forward to see. You know, the RCR cars, man, they're still there. They're still very, very close, strong in the top 10. So let's see how they can find together and go to the front.
I'm curious for the two of you. This race found a rhythm. A lot of green flag racing, stage 1 and stage 2. Now you get to the final stage. You have a couple of cautions. You get some restarts. The players at the front are starting to change a little bit. How difficult to regather, get your rhythm back, and then get set for the stretch run?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that changed, you see a handful of cars coming to top off with gas. Just restarts, all right? You know, we have to choose here, right? So where are you going to choose? Who's around you? You're kind of picking out right now. Who's going to pick what lane? That might dictate what lane I want to jump into. Maybe trying to get into a lane that has a little bit better cars. Regan, what do you got on the 8?
Well, Ryan, you mentioned that these guys are coming to top off on gas right now to make sure they're good to the end of the race in case there's a green-white checker. Decision was easy for crew chief Adam Waldo to do this as we were coming to the green last time. They got a penalty and had to drop to the back of the pack, so nothing to lose right now. He did tell the team, car is very good, no concerns about getting back up through.
These are kind of picking out right now.
Yeah, they got that penalty under the last caution when they made the pit stop. So you lose the track position, you might as well come back and ensure you're good on fuel. And you see them working the game. You want to save as much as you can. This caution, though, should go a long way in making sure all these drivers can make it. And I would say, even with an overtime, as long as it's not extended too far, they should be in decent shape based on the numbers we heard earlier today.
No concerns about
those guys are definitely blending good on fuel. And then you have the other group of guys that stay out, like Jeff, Shane, Austin Hill, that these guys are saving as much as they can just in case. Because remember, it's very common here to have overtime. 1, 2, 3 restarts. And right now they can make it, but how many overtime restarts can they make with that amount of fuel? That's the question.
The race leader is Riley Herbst. Here's 98 radio.
Yeah, those guys have
I could have pulled the wheel right for some reason. Everything else felt good there. I don't know, the reaction from the wheels to my steering wheel is really, really slow. They at least look bad there. I know, it's good.
He was leading, and then I think he made bad pit stop before the end of the stage, and he's back in 8th.
Talked about earlier, it's still there, right? It's probably something in the steering rack or whatever, that's just kind of not working correctly 100%. I mean, he's been able to do a good job with it, but he's talking about he can't really turn the wheel right as fast as he wants to, or maybe he's not confident enough in doing it. And that might play a factor coming down to the end of this thing. If you have to make a late block, a quick decision, how can you?
This could be the choose rule.
Change 2 or 3 lanes quick and tug on the steering wheel and not have to second guess your decision. Because that could be the difference between winning the race or getting shuffled out and running in the back.
Off the top of the we shared that thrilling finish in Atlanta when Suarez got the win. So we got to give a little love to Blaney now.
Yep, Blaney. Yep, Ryan Blaney. I was there when he won the Talladega Fall Race in 2019.
No, I was at Talladega.
I mean, gosh, you just at the end of these things, I've been kind of both ways. I've been leading up.
Yep, and the 2020 Talladega Fall Race, I was there as well.
Block or figure out a way to get a good run. And, I've been really lucky here to have won 3 times, especially by that close. I mean, it can go either way, but really fortunate. But fast cars, good communication, execution, and then we've.
God, dude, I miss the 20.
To be lucky enough to win a few times.
You say lucky, but in reality, you build your own luck, right? You have put yourself in that position. Like, yeah, maybe you've been in the good side because you have won it by that close. And I was in the good side in Atlanta in the same way, but you have put yourself in those positions.
It's funny how different tracks, we have better fortune than others. Like Talladega, we seem to have done no wrong here the last few years. In Daytona, I don't think I eat the fence there every time I go there, like the last 3 years. And I have no idea. I don't do anything different. It's how these racetracks work out, So it's funny when we talk about favorites and stuff like that coming to these races. You never know what can happen. Your favorite could get tore up. Your favorite could miss a block by a half a second, and it just costs them. So that's why these races are fun to watch and be a part of, because there's so many people that can win on that given weekend if they execute well.
Others like.
You think about Mark Truex Jr. He's a champion. He's never won in the draft. But the first 3 times he came here to Talladega in the Xfinity Series, he won. He's the all-time wins leader in an Xfinity car at Talladega Superspeedway. So the draft gives, and it does, in fact, take away.
You never know what can happen.
The restart here, 35 laps to go. Front row, a couple of Fords, Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg.
That's why these races are fun.
Those 2 Fords are very, very fast, and they are all in the top 5. These guys are going to try to find, each other and try to work together.
But the first 3 times he came here to Talladega in the Xfinity Series, he's the all-time wins leader.
And it always seems, we come down to, we're not at the end of this race yet, but, last pit stop and most likely, and you always, you have your wreck. You have some guys fall out that have been running towards the front all day. And you have some new players that are kind of comfortably up at the front. Fredo, Ray Ginsberg, Jordan Anderson, these guys maybe don't run up at the front of these races all year. There's a handful of other ones, Blake Perkins, Josh Berlicki, they're outside the top 10, but you get these new guys in that you haven't really raced with all day. How is this guy's car? How do you handle it? And everyone's figured that out as Austin Hill is on the offensive per usual.
And just like earlier, if he's going, he's going to have plenty of help. Alfredo comes from the top lane to the middle and trying to give some help to
Austin Hill's back
and
up there.
I'm not sure the 21 needs it.
That's a beautiful thing about being fast. When you're fast.
These races all year, there's a handful of other ones, Blaine Perkins, Josh Berlicki, they're outside the top 10, but you get these new guys in that you haven't really raced with all day, and you're like, okay, how is this guy's car? How do you
develop in the last few years?
All right.
Been very successful in this kind of races, and
Just really wide.
that's an advantage because
Yeah.
he knows that in that process he's going to find somebody to work with.
3 Fords pushing in the outside lane. It's the 98 of Riley Herbst back out front.
You saw the top just be super
I
tight.
know this would somehow win.
4 cars, just because the 21 didn't have help kind of close to him. So, Austin can make good moves and things like that. His car's fast, but he needs a little something behind him. You're going to need something behind him, behind you to help you make moves and then continue your momentum. You might get a big run here and there, but if you don't have cars kind of on your bumper helping you push you along, your momentum's only going to go so far. So it's not a walk in the park for Austin. He's got to work his tail off and get good guys around him who can do it. Tight together, they're in the back.
They just have to make that bottom line to be disciplined, to be a little bit disciplined. They seemed like they were moving in the right direction, and actually Shane Baskerberg, he decided to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the safe bet. I'm going to go to the top here. But the bottom, if like you said earlier, if you put 5-7 cars together and they're disciplined to each other, that lane can work.
It's been somewhat of a quiet afternoon for Sheldon Creed, 6th in line in that outside lane, driving the 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Want to say hi to wife Cammie at home, expecting their second child anytime. I know a big deep breath for Sheldon when he's done here today and he can get back home. There were some questions about would he even come and race this weekend. He's here, he's competing, and hopefully he makes it back in time.
What's impressive as we see the 21 start to charge back up. The 5 hasn't been within a car length of them the whole lap. Usually you got to see cars are tight. You see the outside lane be pretty tight to each other.
Herbst and Seek still leading. Custer in 3rd.
The 5 just cannot get close to the 21 for whatever reason, and it hurts the 21. But they're not losing a ton of ground, which is just it shows you how quick that 21 car is that he can just pull these lanes with not a ton of help behind him. The 2 obviously wants to try to get up behind the 21, and it is the 2's job too of trying to keep the 5 close. It's the 3rd car in lane 2 that can kind of help him along. But even the 5 as a car that's back, and the 21's going to just drive the lead.
The 21 is one of those cars that he just needs a little bit of help. A little bit, a lot. Yeah, he doesn't need a lot.
Austin Hill to 3.
Chandler Smith was getting a little impatient in that bottom lane, was able to pick up a position driving around Jet Burton.
Here it comes, 2 feet up to you tight, hold it straight. Kind of on you tight here late, on you, little bumper.
The 5 close, it's the 3rd car in lane 2 that can kind of help him along. But even the 5 is the 21's going to just drive the lead. You see the side drafting games going on. You saw the 21 kind of pull away from the 98 down the backstretch, but the 21 had momentum. And then you saw when the 98 started to get a little bit more forward momentum, the 21 went up there and stalled him, and then pulled down to the bottom lane. And then the 98 chased him down there to get to his right rear. So it's all the kind of the flow of all these lanes as the 21's going to get clear for the lead for a second. Oh, 98 came back, but it's just that there's the fun side drafting game that we all do throughout the race, and it's fun to kind of see it in person and talk about it of guys chasing each other around.
A couple of drivers that have had penalties today in that bottom lane, making things work. The 8 is Sammy Smith right behind him. His good friend Taylor Gray, who runs full-time in the Craftsman Truck Series.
Sammy Smith right there, he was being very disciplined, working behind. He had the 32 of Henderson, and he had a little bit of a run. He tried to be wide. It didn't work for him, not just that, but that actually hurts the bottom line a little bit. And just like that, it happens all the time. We're seeing Smith right now doing exactly the same thing. All those moves that are happening in the first 6 row, they always affect the bottom, because the bottom is just disorganized. The top, look at that. They have 20 cars in single lane, and and that is keeping them in the game. But since the 21 is so strong, he just can't continue to be in the fight, even though that behind him there is not a lot of organization over there.
Ford's pushing through. Parker Kligerman's right there with him. Almost said Parker Retzloff is starting to make some ground in that inside lane. Driving the 31 for Jordan Anderson Racing.
Here comes the 2 finally has gotten.
Mr. Kligerman.
Kligerman's going to try to jump in that Chevy train there and try to get lined up with the 21 and the 2 car. They had to figure out a way to break the Fords up somehow. You know, they had to get their numbers of their own. And Parker thought that was the best move to do okay, how can I lead this line now? How can I be the guy going forward instead of stuck, 4th, 5th?
Dash for Cash update. You see the numbers bottom right. Ryan Sieg is second. A.J. Allmendinger, the only other driver still in the race. 24th, but a damaged Chevrolet for him.
I mean, you can feel how slowly the intensity is picking up. Slowly, the line is getting tighter and tighter at the top, and not really, they're getting a little bit more aggressive also at the bottom. So, the clock is not ticking just yet, but we were 20 laps ago, so you have to continue to position yourself toward the front to get track position. The later it gets in the race, the more difficult it is to get the track position.
Now 27 laps to go. Austin Hills led the most today, 40 out front. Second in that category, Riley Herbst. He's led 12.
I'm still shocked the top is still running the fence. I've seen it all day long, and obviously I'm not driving the cars, but, the top is just taking the longest way around. I don't know why they haven't run the middle, because the bottom is just going to go to the very bottom here, get organized, run the draw alongside. The leaders here.
Those four,
There's such a big gap in the middle, and knowing the top lane won't fill that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Ryan. I think sometimes it's one of those deals that it works in Daytona, and they try it here, But yeah, the difference in feet between bottom and the top is huge versus Daytona. And now you can see the result of that right now here in the bottom with the bottom.
And 4 or 5 drivers right there at the front that have never won in the Xfinity Series. Parker Kligerman's won here
Parker
twice.
Kligerman out front now.
And Big Machine Racing, 1 win all time. It came to Texas a couple of years ago, courtesy of Tyler Reddick. Let's go down to Josh.
We're seeing a strong run today from Sheldon Creed after having to start in the back. And when I talked to him earlier today and just asked him about the Superspeedway program and what he's been able to do in the past, he told me, look, I used to hate Superspeedway racing. So much of it is a mindset. And he actually credits his former teammate Austin Hill in helping him improve. They worked together for the last couple of years. And he said he learned a ton from him in terms of how to manage and handle these races. We're seeing him go to work with what he learned out there today.
He was second to his old teammate in the season opener at Daytona with Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed needs the dub and dub.
So we know he's got what it takes. There goes the Fords. They take the bottom lane. Riley Herbst being pushed around by the 39 of Ryan Sieg, and Cole Custer there in the 00. There's Creed outside lane with his old teammate Austin Hill, and they've got momentum. Coming to the back bumper of the 48, Parker Kligerman.
The 3 Fords, they know we have got to be controlling this race. We cannot let the 21 and the 48 and the 2 who've shown a ton of speed all day, we cannot let them control this thing. So let's stay together. We have got to be leading our lanes, be the first 3 guys, because we know we're going to be committed to each other, at least till the last lap. So they've done a good job of really understanding the urgency of controlling lanes. Custer's getting split.
Cole Custer and Anthony Alfredo almost make contact.
39's in the middle too. They might be able to make a charge back if they get a couple takers in the middle, but
a couple of those drivers down low looking for their first ever win. You have Anthony Alfredo in the 5, Parker Retzloff in the 31.
That's a perfect
4 wide.
example. When you split your manufacturer, you are more vulnerable. The 3 Fords, there is so many Fords out there, and then the 3 of them that are very strong, they were working together and they were strong. When you split them, it's easier for them.
39 has a flat tire. I think 39 has a red front down. He was sparking getting into turn 3.
That's big. He was inside the top 5 and leading the way when it comes to the dash.
Ryan Sieg may have a flat tire. Yep, he's dropping back.
Tough break for Ryan Sieg.
Yep.
Down the pit lane. Josh.
Tough break for 39 of Ryan Sieg. As you saw, a flat tire there. He's having a great run. Of course, one of the Dash for Cash contenders, but they had to come down and fix that tire, guys.
Gosh, what a change in our Dash for Cash race. It's crazy how things can change so quickly. And what a change in the front. You guys talked about the Fords getting broken up. Now they've lost one of their wingmen, and Ryan Sieg and Riley Herbst and Cole Custer find themselves now right in the middle of the beehive as we hit 23 laps to go. A Toyota pushing a Chevy at the front. Chandler Smith working with Anthony Alfredo. This is our motorsports, an underdog team with a driver behind the wheel that has come out of the gate strong in 2024. And Alfredo looks comfortable managing the draft as he slides out in front of Klitterman.
And Ryan Sieg and Riley Herbst and Cole Custer.
Anthony Alfredo to the lead. Wow.
Taylor Gray, too, second car leading that middle lane behind his teammate. Haven't really talked about him much today. He's done a good job keeping it clean, finding his teammates, and coming to 21 to go. He's working his way up towards the front.
With a driver behind the wheel that's come out.
Just over 20 laps remaining here at Talladega. Alfredo leading Klitterman, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, and Shane Van Gisbergen. It's going to be a fun finish.
We talked about him today. Just over 20 laps remaining here at Talladega. Alfredo leading Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, and Shane Van Gisbergen. It's going to be a fun finish here at Talladega Superspeedway.
NASCAR fans, the time is now to turn your love of racing into free tickets, merchandise, VIP experiences, and much, much more. Rack up fan rewards points by watching races at home, playing fantasy, completing challenges, and visiting tracks. Then redeem your points for epic prizes. You are in the driver's seat. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR fan rewards
Now
program
doing
today
blue
at
on.
NASCAR.com/fan rewards.
Oh, new Toyota Tacoma.
Toby, why aren't you eating your Cinnabon full part?
Well, I wanted to save the best part for last, but it's all the best.
To free tickets, merchandise, VIP experience, much, much more. Rack up fan rewards points by watching races at home, playing
How's that helping? It's all the best part!
The best part of Wendy's new Cinnabon pull-apart is all the parts. Now make them a part of your next breakfast.
Coming up with less than 20 laps to go. 19 laps left.
Mm-hmm.
Eat your breakfast.
Fox Wednesday, turn the beat around on Curl Group Night with the final wild card. This might be Sean Astin.
Is that my husband in that?
Taika Waititi.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on.
The Masked Singer, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Wow.
What does it take to become a legend? Maybe it's simply knowing that new legacies are built one lap at a time.
Alive.
Back at Talladega Superspeedway with Ryan Blaney, Daniel Suarez. I'm Adam Alexander, Regan Smith on pit road with Josh Sims. You look at the top 10, 19 to go, and you see the career victories for those drivers up there. Pretty remarkable, the number of goose eggs and those that are in position to go out and get it done today, including our race leader, Anthony Alfredo.
Yep. Custer down to the bottom.
We're back at Talladega.
Ryan Sieg made an unscheduled pit stop with that tire issue.
He's like my lap down now at this point.
So a caution could get him back in the game. This is when we think he had the issue right here.
Yeah, so they were trying to get to the top. And
Oh.
just like, not a lot of contact with the wall, so he's looking in his mirror. Ryan's probably looking in his mirror, and
Ryan Sieg just made contact with the wall there.
Zero's kind of almost leading that lane from the back of like where to block, where to go. He saw the
Not sure he was too aggressive trying to get that move, or
and just I don't know if he was maybe looking at his mirror too long and just touched the fence and ended up cutting the tire down. So really tough break for those guys. He's hoping obviously they get a caution. He's the only car one lap down. He can get the lucky dog that we can get back in the race.
Right now, AJ Allmendinger sitting pretty to win the $100,000.
You know, I was counting AJ. You know, I was counting him out. He's back in position right there.
Hey, give a call to that team though. You go on that damaged vehicle clock. You got to get it repaired after the crash, and they had the debris and all the situations that they dealt with, but they were able to keep him in the game and now on the lead lap and in position to get $100,000. As here we go for the lead. 48 is Parker Kligerman driving inside of Alfredo and pushing him to the front. The 21, that's Austin Hill.
oh, 3 wide, Sheldon Creed.
Alfredo getting dicey with 16 laps to go.
Custer really liked that. He liked them getting a little jockeyed up there. We just saw him get split and go to the back, and now he's regained momentum. Would help with the 2-car. Got the 98 third in that row. Now he's finally made his way back to the lead. It just shows you how quick things can go back and forth at these racetracks. I mean, just the ebbs and flows of speedway racing, especially in the Xfinity cars. I feel like it's just crazy how quickly you can gain momentum back and ladies can come forward, and it just is making for a really good show.
For sure, 16 laps to go here, and
About what, dude?
16 laps to go. A lot of things can happen in 16 laps, and I mean, you can see
15 to go.
It's just way higher
I saw
right
that
now than
3
5
wide
laps ago,
moment.
so
Yeah.
to get more intense here as we go.
Look at Josh Williams outside lane in the 11. Had the penalty, went to the back, and now he's working
Cole
his
Custer
way
the lead now.
to the top 10. Matt DiBenedetto is up there in the 38.
Matty D's up there.
Earlier in the race.
Yeah, this was tight right here between Creed and Alfredo. Alfredo's trying to
Oh, that was almost a wreck.
Wow. Thank you for wearing white gloves. Yes, see that. That was a lot of work going on in that steering wheel. He did a great job of saving that thing, honestly. I mean, going a $1.92, which is amazing.
Yeah, that was, I mean, he was trying to block it, but it was just such a big run coming from 18. He wasn't going to be able to block that. He was going to either get wrecked or just let him go.
Fords back together at the front. 98 is resurfaced, jumped up behind the 00.
Oh,
Custer goes
man.
down to block the inside. That's
Taylor Gray.
Now he's trapped in the middle. Sammy Smith pushing the 19 in that inside lane.
That indecisive stuff I was talking about, how I said you have a really small window to make your move and commit to it, and it looked like Cole wasn't committed, right? He had the option of bottom or top and just kind of got stuck in between, and then before you know it, boom, you're the car on the inside and outside, and now you're in no man's land. So you have to really make decisions quick.
Jesse Love to the inside. Jesse Love is the lead.
Ford's up there, got shuffled out. So the intensity, like Dano said, is picking up at a rapid pace as we come back to 13 to go.
Jesse Love won the opening stage, started on the front row with his teammate. And the youngster out of California, running for Rookie of the Year, is on point, and we're going to have 13 laps remaining.
Fox literally went on commercial break within 8 laps of the stage break. Stage 1. Yeah, that's what I said, basically.
Something that I don't feel like a lot of the competition wanted to see was the 2, the 48, and the 21 together. Those 3 cars are pretty quick and pretty fast. 2 teammates and one, kind of like 50% teammate with an alliance there. So those guys, we know that they're going to work together. They're going to try to stick together, and they're going to be hard.
You just see the raw speed, right? When Jesse Love got clear, the top is prevailing, like right away. He's just tugging that lane along. The bottom lost some cars. They kind of just bailed to the top. So it might string out here a little bit. But it just shows you the pace that car has, that he can really decide if the lane's going to get strung out or not. And it just took him a while to get to the front, but he did a good job getting there. Now he has complete control. Until Parker decides to leave.
Yeah, but most likely it won't be anytime soon. I think they're going to just continue.
Yep, now it's starting to get calmer.
I mean, I honestly
Starts to be all single file.
Sitting right in the position that he wants to be. I don't know what else I feel.
If Dylan think they can do a move on the last lap, if Dylan's facing the final.
You know, it is so tough as we get down to the end of this race. You're thinking to yourself as a driver, okay, like I don't want to make my move too early because no one might not go with me, and I'm going to go to the back, especially when it's strung out like this. But if you go too late,
11 to go.
You've already made the move, and now you're stuck. Now you can't go anywhere. So it's like, when do you make your move? You're guessing when guys behind you are going to start making their moves. So you're judging that from how far of a gap are they getting behind me? Are they planning a run? Do I lay back to them to try to not let them get a big run and kind of take their energy away? So it's all these decisions right now. And this is, to me, the worst mindset as a driver you can have. Everything is single file. You're coming to 10 to go in the race. All these scenarios are running through your head of when can I go? When's the other lane's going to go? When's the guy behind me going to bail on me? So this is like you're just waiting for the big storm to come, which is it's going to come here pretty soon.
What you got, Reagan?
As you guys are talking about trying to make moves at the end of the race and what they have to do, Shane Van Gisbergen, I want to go back to something they taught him during the very first stage. Him and his spotter, Frank Daney, were working on dragging the brake and figuring out exactly how to drag it, when to drag it, to be able to get a run. If he's able to get up front, that could be a key moment that came from way earlier.
Yeah, dragging the brake, that's just laying back to the car behind you, right? And just covering the gap, because the further ahead that you get from the car behind you, the bigger run that car has. The bigger the draft is, and the closing rate and their mile per hour is so much higher. So you're trying to modulate that up to where, okay, I'm going to lay back to where this guy's only coming at me like 1 mile per hour faster than me, and I can kind of block that, or he's not going to make a move, rather than being 2 car lengths ahead of him, and now he's coming 5 miles an hour faster than me. That just leaves you really vulnerable for that guy to get under you and kind of leave you stranded. Van Gisbergen learning today. He'll be racing again here tomorrow in the Cup race. Here's 98 Radio.
Probably about 2 to 3 to go and try and make our move. These 3 Chevys out the front are going to stick together. They'll stick together until they wall. They all want to win. I think the RGR cars are going to stay together till the end. It's the 48 that'll try something.
Good analysis from behind the wheel there from Riley Herbst.
And I agree with him. I think also he wants to continue.
Jesse Love still out front.
Stats
currently single file.
The 48 already wants to win. Jesse Love, he's brand new in the Xfinity series. He wants to win as well. So I agree with him. Right now the spotters on top of the roof is a very, very busy place. Everyone is being a businessman up there. Trying to work deals, huh? Yeah, everyone trying to understand who is with who, manufacturers. When are you gonna go? When am I gonna go? And deals like that. Right now, it seems like it's calm, but it's actually a lot of business picking up everywhere.
I would love to see for once the spotters just going and working deals. Like, what can you do for me? When are you going? It's just calamity up there. But then at the end of the day, like we talk about manufacturers and things like that, people you're committed to or not. At the end of this race, you got to do what you got to do to win the race. So all that stuff can go out the window really quickly, and you have to be ready for anything.
When are you gonna go? Yeah, and obviously, the more far back you are in the line, the earlier you want to go. If you are running 15, you don't want to go in the white flag. You want to go 3-4 laps to go into the race. But if you're running the top 5, you can wait. You want to wait actually. So, it's a little bit tricky because everyone is on a different agenda. Everyone has a different plan.
And there's the start-finish
7 to go.
It's not in the middle of the trial, so that will maybe make a difference on when and where you make your move, especially on that final lap, which brings me to caution comes out last lap, race is over. And so as you start to think about when do I go, you probably want to be leading at the white flag because you don't want to take a chance on waiting to make your move. Caution comes out and then you don't get a chance to go after the top spot. Every spotter is telling their driver, right? Everyone's single file along the top right now. And as soon as some of those cars start bailing, the last handful
6
of
to
cars
go.
on the road that have to kind of start going with 3-4 laps to go, the spotter's going to let the driver know right away. Hey, he's 5 rows back, 4 rows back. You're not going to pull out a line when the bottom lane is 4 rows back of you. You want to time it perfectly to where you just kind of blend in front of them while their momentum's going forward. So the spotters aren't just not saying anything right now. They're constantly giving information to the drivers on if a car is going to the bottom and if they're making progress, as we see.
We see some cars on the bottom there. There's Jed Burton, Chandler Smith.
And if they start making progress, another car's going to jump down in front of them, and that just keeps building their momentum. So Jeb and those guys are like, hey, it's 6 to go. I'm not going to wait till 3 to go. We have got to go now if we're going to have any shot of winning this race.
Oh, Chandler Smith went underneath Jed Burton.
That doesn't work. You know, they have to be disciplined to each other. They have good cars out there, but they have to be disciplined. Like, yeah.
That didn't work.
They have to commit to each other. As soon as I mean, that's a great move from 81. You know, as soon as he saw that they were not very committed to each other, he said, you know what, screw this. I'm going back to the top.
You know, Jeb thought he'd made a good move, right? He's like, man, I'm going to be leading this bottom lane. We got 5 cars. We're going to go to the front. And then you get bailed on. You're like, well, dang, that plan didn't work out. So you got to realize that these tracks, not every plan is going to work out. Not every move is going to be the right one. Or someone else might have a different agenda, and they don't do what you think is they're going to do. And now you have to start back from level 1, you know, and then try to rebuild a decision on how you're going to get back to the front.
Jesse Love won the ARCA race here at Talladega last year. One of his 10 victories en route to the ARCA championship. Got his picture put on the wall in the Hall of Fame just this week, honoring that win 1 season ago. And today he went down with his old team.
4 laps to go in the race.
Yeah, they're wanting to go now.
Synergy, a little momentum. Jesse Love.
Best they do it now.
Laps to go.
Because it's not like a 3 laps, even did up to a lead.
Yep.
We talk about Jesse, you know, rookie, and he is, but he did a great job in Atlanta. I mean, he controlled like the whole race in Atlanta, our last Superspeedway.
I see some cars on the bottom lane.
Yeah, they're like going down, they're moving back up.
Jesse Love's he's already wanting to go to the bottom lane. He's already like, I don't know, crawling out.
What's my run look like? Okay, was I too getting into the 3 that time to really?
A big push coming from Austin Hill.
So he's going to continue playing with that gap and laying back to the 21 and just seeing how fast he can close in on the 2 to when he's making his move. He's plotting his
coming to 3 laps to go
right now to hopefully everything goes according to his plans.
And you can see how everyone in the top 7 is pretty tight, you know, bumper to bumper. And that tells me that
3 to go. Everyone's starting to move to the bottom. Shane, I think that's Shane Van Gisberg. Woo! Oh gosh. Oh. Yep. Now it's starting to get dicey.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony Alfredo almost got turned around.
Oh.
Here comes Sheldon Creed. Let's go, Creed.
His teammates there as well. Creed out of line.
Jesse Love is fighting hard.
Took the right move, I thought. He just didn't go with him, right?
Here comes Parker Kligerman.
Oh, dang.
Oh, almost up in. Oh, he almost put the 48 in the fence. That's Austin Hill. Oh gosh, 2 to go.
Shane Van Gisbergen is there in the 97.
Look who's back out front.
There's Austin Hill.
Of this race with inside of 2 laps to go.
And 3 wide behind him. Oh, Chandler Smith just dipped out.
Yeah, he'll get help. So now he's going to be leading the top. That
was the best decision. I feel like the top has the most momentum.
All right. This is. Look at it go. Oh, Austin Hill! Austin Hill gets turned.
Making it 3 wide. Now he's going to push Hill.
We're going to overtime officially.
Who's back in front? In charge of this with inside
back to the white flag, and we'll go to overtime.
Wow.
In Talladega.
Jordan Anderson tore up 07. Patrick Emling was having a good day. You know, it was like against
got the shot from the 48. Now
what is it?
Oh.
Dominant in Daytona and Atlanta. He's been good here, and something always seems to happen.
Good caution.
Yep, we're going to overtime.
Yep.
Let's listen to 48 audio than radio.
He's right. You're right. I mean, he was very, very close, but he started having wiggles, kind of like before he touched.
What is it?
See what happened.
Austin Hill, so dominant in Daytona and Atlanta. He's been good here,
but something always seems to happen.
He needs to go hang out with the right.
Yep, just 21 got and 21 got pushed from 48. The 21 got loose, got into the 5 for Alfredo, and then a chain reaction from behind.
Get away with him and trying to make the move.
He's right. He's kind of right. I mean, you
Yeah, it was. Parker was like
Parker
trying to
Retzloff.
on the entry to 3, and then the 21 kind of faded up for that. You
See.
see, so the 21's fading up. The 48 kind of touches a bumper, touches him a little bit again, gets the 21 wiggling, and once the 21 got, once the mat gets wiggling and the bumpers kind of touch wrong, it's so hard to save these cars. I mean, the spoilers are narrow. It's not like the rear side ports that we normally have, where the spoilers are a lot wider. They go over the rear quarter panels. These cars are so finicky and light. The springs are super stiff, and it makes it really hard to gather it. So, like Dave said, just racing for the win. I mean, guys are going to take chances and try to do the right things, and sometimes it just turns the guy in front of you.
He kind of touches a bumper, touches him a little bit again.
Go to overtime, which could bring fuel into the equation.
Strong. It's so hard to save these cars. I mean, the spoilers are.
Yep, Austin Hill around.
Spoilers are a lot wider that go over the rear quarter panels. These cars are being light.
No caution. And I give so much credit to Austin Hill because he never gave up on it. He was driving that thing all the way to the end. And for a couple of instances, I thought he was going to save it.
The guy in front of you. Let me go to overtime.
Now half still top of 3.
Yep, made contact with last year's winner, Jeb Burton.
Jim almost got through it. 21 just came up right at the last second. He caught a piece of it.
I give so much credit to Austin Hill because he never gave up on it. He was driving that thing all the way.
Wow.
We're going to save it.
Got our top 5 as we go to overtime. We got Parker Kligerman, Josh Williams, Parker Retzloff, Jesse Love, and Sheldon Creed. None of those drivers have won in an Xfinity car. The stress of Talladega.
21 just came up right last.
City planner.
Just like not all internet providers are the same. Don't settle.
Look at our top 5 as we go to overtime. We got Parker Kligerman, Josh Williams, Parker Retzloff, Jesse Love, and Sheldon Creed. None of those drivers have won in an Xfinity car. The stress of Talladega.
Not all Caitlin Clarks are the same. Caitlin Clark, city planner.
Just like not all internet providers are the same. Don't settle. Get real deal speed, reliability, and power with Xfinity.
She shoots from here? That's kind of my thing.
Get the real deal with Xfinity Internet today.
Dude, I'm up to 935 subscribers now.
Oh dang!
I think I was at under. Like I think I was at 923 this morning. Now I'm at 935.
Yeah.
It's gotta be from that short video I uploaded today.
Probably.
And I want to see how many likes this stream has. Oh, 0, but it's okay.
Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold. What straps gold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does. Boring makes vacations happen. Early retirement's possible. And startups start up because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring, so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
Every Saturday, your game is on fire.
Because here is where it happens. Saturday on fire. Judge swaggered up supersonic.
And then Austin Hill was leading the way at the time.
Yep.
The most laps in this race so far. Back here in the studio, Shannon, David, and Jamie. I mean, we were all ready to just pack it up and name a winner, weren't we?
It was a pretty smooth race, and it was kind of a deja vu moment. You saw those RCR cars
up front, and Austin Hill has done what he's done for most of the super speedways this year. He just easily a couple laps ago. We thought, man, I don't know that he's going to be overtaken, but contact there sideways and it went away.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to have control of the race, and unfortunately for him, he's obviously been the best at the drafting style racetracks, had control of this. Again, though, not going to be able to get it done at Talladega. But when I look at that top 5, we talk about it being a big opportunity. See, Howard Kligerman looks like just barely gets it in the back of him, but a big opportunity for the top 5.
Barely got in the back of 21, and 21 just got loose in the round.
Super Speedways this year, he just didn't take the lead a couple laps.
About in the Xfinity Series, but we've seen some prize winners before here at Talladega. Might see one again today.
I did say, though, if we have one caution, we'll probably have 5 more
I think
cautions.
we're going to get to have another one.
Absolutely. And one thing that we sort of look at the trends is that Chevy really has been dominant on these types of racetracks. If you look at the stats over the last couple seasons, they're just incredible.
No wins by Ford
Right now, the Chevys are
or Toyota in the Xfinity Series at last 20 drafting tracks. Wait, yeah, Toyota has won twice and Ford has only won one time.
We've seen surprise winners before here at Talladega. Again today.
Still in the mix of this thing. And of course, you have AJ Allmendinger, who's right now out front for that dash for cash. So we'll see if that's going to come out for AJ. Back to you, Adam.
AJ Allmendinger outside the top 20, Shannon. The lowest finisher for a dash for cash finisher ever is Justin Allgaier, 13. So we could break that record here today in the form of AJ Allmendinger. Let's talk about what's going on here, because we're starting to see some drivers run out of fuel. We knew they were close when they made that.
This could be a fuel situation, a very big situation when it comes to fuel.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen. How many green white checkers are you going to get? So maybe those guys who stop before before this one, they might be in the best spot if we get 1 or 2 more restarts. They might just flop them up to the lead. So you never know what's going to happen. I mean, whether it's on the track, on pit road, in this race, it's crazy wild, and we're in for a heck of a finish.
Daniel, mindset for a driver overtime at a place like Talladega Superspeedway.
I mean, you just have to reset. You just have to reset because there's a lot of chances that this may not be the last caution. So, if you have enough fuel, continue to save fuel, continue to stay calm, continue to communicate with your spotter who's going to be around me, who has damage, who is clean. There's a lot of things going on. And we talked earlier, there's still a lot of deals going up there in the roof. Who is clean and who's going to work with who.
So many good stories inside the top 5, top 10. Among them, the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen. Here's their radio.
Have to reset, man.
Back and forth, hit the box full of fuel in the fuel cell. If we're on the bottom lane, we'll ride to apron 3 and 4 to be able to make sure it's good. Okay.
Good. Stay calm. Continue to
communicate
with your spotter. Who's going to be around me?
And don't make the lane block. You better off to finish top 5 than you'd already do anything else.
Yeah, I can't believe how long was.
Have a lot of fun and breathe.
Some pretty good stories inside the top.
I done already told Kevin to breathe 76 times. Don't worry.
Breathe. That's probably really good advice at this stage, huh?
It is good advice. It you're going to tug the belts tight. You're going to tighten them up. Probably tighter than they've been all race. Coming to this last restart, just because it's been good time for about 20 laps, but you never know what can happen to these things. So it is important to breathe. It's really important to just slow everything down. Okay, we got a shot at it here. What lane am I going to choose on this next restart? Let's go to work.
Patrick, Emily, Anthony, Alfredo, Taylor Gray, Austin Hill, Jed Burton, Jordan Anderson, Parker Cleveland, David Starr, and Riley Herbst were all involved in that crash.
9 drivers involved in the crash coming back to the white flag as we anticipate overtime. We give you a little race recap.
First, Justin Allgaier hit hard in the inside wall.
Shot out of line, hard in the wall. He would be released from the care center and was okay. Justin Love wins the opening stage under caution. Stage 2 goes to his teammate Austin Hill. Started on the pole today. That was 9 straight stage victories.
What's in front of me and behind me because
drafting tracks for Richard Childress Racing. We had this 12-car crash early in the final stage that took out some really good cars. Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, AJ Allmendinger got a piece of that.
Oh, God, that was a hard one.
On board here with Cole Custer, who was able to avoid carnage. And he's now scored inside the top 5. And as we were coming to the white flag, Austin Hill out front. gets pushed in the draft and goes around. That produces our 5th caution of the afternoon and will send us to overtime.
In the final stage, we took out some really good.
Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear, powering every lap, every mile, and every victory on the road ahead. Goodyear, more driven.
And as we look at where everyone chose, so Parker Kligerman chose the bottom. Jesse Love behind him. They have that affiliation there. And you have teammates on the top, Josh William and SVG. So somewhat pretty much a teammate battle here on the first 2 runs. Okay, how can you get hooked up the quickest and who can kind of establish themselves earlier than the other guy? And then behind that's just a complete mixed bag. You have no idea what's going to happen. So, and you have to be on your toes too, because a car might run out of gas right in front of you, right as you launch. So you have to be aware of who's close on gas. This guy might stall. You have Sammy Smith, who is the furthest running up of the guys who pitted, about 40 laps ago.
This is going to be interesting right here.
Overtime, a 2-lap shootout. If the leader comes around and gets the white flag, next flag ends the race. If the caution comes
Parker
out,
Kligerman, Josh Williams.
Front row, Parker Kligerman, Josh Williams.
Green flag back out.
Overtime at Talladega, brought to you by Credit One Bank.
Oh, Custer's out of line.
Oh, no, 97.
Shane Van, no, not Shane Van Gisbergen, no. Sheldon Creed, no. Parker Kligerman hard into the wall. Oh, man. Oh.
Sammy Smith was the one.
Well, at least no damage to Sheldon Creed.
40 laps ago and was in the best position prior to that restart. So many race cars getting junked late.
What a shame on the 48, man. He was doing a great job all day.
To you by Credit One Bank. That was yours again.
We'll go another caution.
Drive it back, drive it back.
Battle for the lead. There goes Sheldon Creed around. Whoa, caution is out again. Kligerman into the wall.
The front tires are stuck in the ground.
They didn't even start, and they always saw
Now, so Kligerman's done for the day.
It had made a pit stop.
A whole lot going on as we had the
prior to that
first overtime restart.
Race cars getting jumped.
That's what needs to make all his hardest summons explode when they do in overtime. Though.
Yeah.
It's something that we get with such a money now. That's how I know.
Just get out of control, right? People pushing super hard and trying to gather back in, and it makes it tough to wrangle in these cars.
That's what Kligerman's done for the day. A whole lot going on as we had the first overtime.
It was tricky. I'm not sure if the 2 was trying to get on the inside or he was just getting pushed so hard.
Yeah.
He ended up in that spot.
Free pass. Ryan Sieg in the 39. That's big, huh?
So it launched, and then you really don't see them launch if they're out of gas. They'll normally run out kind of as they go to throttle. But he launched for a second and then ran out of gas, which was I think took everyone by surprise.
It was tricky. I'm not sure the 2 was trying to get on the inside or he was just getting pushed so hard.
Roger, stay high. Stay high. 148, 148, stay up top.
Ryan Sieg in the 39. That's big.
Immediate fuel save for Custer. I feel like if you're those guys who...
Am I seeing this right, or Haley Deegan's actually in the top 5?
You just got to pit.
You probably ain't seen things after that.
23 or so on the lead lap.
A lot of damage, right?
A lot of damage. I feel like you got to come. You're so
Edwards iRacing lobby on the start of the race. That's what that looked like.
It was a couple cars that pitted a handful of laps after, the 40-plus lap window that most of the cars pitted.
Jesse Love is leading this thing. What are they saying there?
You're so close on gas.
Referencing Atlanta Motor Speedway, where he was so good. Started on the pole, won both stages, and he was in position to win it. We were closing on the white flag, and then everybody starts running out of fuel. And when we head to overtime, Love runs out of fuel as well and was unable to get his first career victory.
Jesse Love is.
You're gonna have a few cars coming. You got Custer's coming,
and he's on the same fuel window as Jesse Love.
Yeah, the 28 Kyle C coming in behind him.
And Sammy Smith is much better in a fuel situation than Jesse Love. And behind him, Leland Honeyman, Haley Deegan.
Yep, Haley Deegan's in fourth.
Go. So they should be in a pretty decent spot as well.
And when we head to overtime, Love runs out of fuel as well and was unable to
take a break. Double overtime.
Okay, so Shane Van Gisbergen, he's outside the top 20, unfortunately. He's the one, he's in 16th according to this, but he's the one that ran out of gas on that restart.
I say people everyone needed to come down pit line. Everyone down to 9 instead of. All they have to do is stop it off.
Let's go places. Cracker Barrel was founded on the simple belief that freshly made food should be served up at a fair price. Today, that's more important than ever. So we've got over 20 meals under $12.
So it's time for the 20
generously
$5
portioned classics that made us famous. And the signature sides you've always loved.
Billy come out to play.
All served up with an extra helping of care. Earn Cracker Barrel rewards.
Like out like this, all my stress is just melting.
Cracker Barrel was founded.
That boy can fix anything.
Yeah, tough day at work. Nice cruiser sort you right out.
When I'm riding, I'm not even thinking about my painful cavity.
For 20 meals under $12.
Every time I get stressed about having to pay my bills, I just hop on the bike, man.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta pay your bills.
You don't have to worry about anything when you're protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
All served up with an extra helping.
Oh, that is a vibrating
job.
Animal Control has arrived.
Sir, you can't park
You know, when I take the bike out like this.
We got a call regarding your pants. With a herd of special guests, including
This is not very long, get warned all off this one.
plus felines and canines. Great. And this little guy.
Every time I get hop on the bike.
And if you've missed any episodes, watch them now on Hulu.
Hi. Yeah, you can come on over.
All new episodes of Animal
Well, you
Control
definitely do. Those things are related.
Hulu.
Oh, that is a vibrating.
Animal Control has arrived. Sir, you can't park. Where would the city? Back. Got a call regarding your. With a bit of special guests.
Next Saturday, the Monster Mile for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Be the final round of the Dash for Cash. Coverage begins on FS1, 12:30 Eastern Time.
Sammy Smith.
Sammy Smith would be good because they had made a pit stop to top off at lap 76. Under caution, he runs out of fuel.
Episodes of Animal Control.
Now Sammy Smith is out of fuel.
He was sitting in the perfect position right there because he pit later than most of the other guys. I guess he's not. But you never know. You know, you're always assuming that you got your car full. Yeah. But you never know 100%. You know, it's a lot of trust on your fuel man. And I'm not saying that he didn't do a good job. It's just that sometimes you think it's full and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now if Date's out, no matter how much gas they put in there now, I just don't see how the two's going to make it. You have to go over 5 miles around this place.
After the choose, the only driver in the top 10 that has won in the Xfinity Series is Riley Herbst. Everyone else in the top 10 is trying to get their first career win. And at the very front, you have rookies Leland Honeyman Jr., Jesse Love, and Haley Deegan. This has just been a remarkable ending to this race, and we're getting ready for...
Dude, I know how happy you'll be if Haley Deegan wins.
Track of opportunity.
Big time. How many times do you look at the lineup of a driver and someone who's underfunded and maybe hasn't been in the best...
Yo, can you still hear me? Oh, what happened to Kyle Weatherman?
Best career finish is at Daytona or Talladega. You take advantage of opportunities, and we've added a lap because Kyle Weatherman is off the pace in the 91.
That's not what the two guys wanted to see.
No.
I mean, it's gonna be very tough for those guys to make it. Hey guys, and you know what? You know what else? We have a race now for the Dash for Cash.
Big time.
Our ability is back. So there is $100,000 on the game right there for the table. It's between the 39.
Because the cautions work. I mean, it's just it's the win pit window, other stuff.
You
look at the top 10, there's Ryan Sieg, there's AJ Allmendinger going for the $100,000. Sieg had that tire issue when a lap down.
Yo, I think you're muted.
Without getting the free pass, but now he's got it and a chance to pick up the 100.
Dude, I can't hear you.
And when you look at the top 10, look at 5th, 6th, and 7th. Poole, Vaccarella, and Ryan
Try
Ellis.
exiting out of the stream and coming back on. See if that does anything. Because I can't hear you on my end.
And now they could be in position to get a victory today.
We're going to pretty much control this start. We're going to roll to him in the box. He's going to be watching in the mirror. As soon as you get to him, he's going to fire. So you're going to time it off of the 42 and the 35, and he's going to fire as soon as you get there.
Does he know that he needs
Oh, I still can't hear you. Yeah, I still can't hear you.
I think actually that's a great point. You know, it's very important right now for spotters and drivers and coaches to communicate about who is close on fuel and who is not, because that can make a difference. You know, on just be aware of who is going to be good and who you may have to make a move.
Best finish by a woman in the history of the NASCAR
Oh,
Xfinity.
can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Las Vegas 2011.
Like I said, I know you'll be happy. I know how happy you'll be if Haley Deegan wins.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, another thing, I mean, these top 7 cars, you see 53 laps from
Hey, what? Man, I'm gonna have to.
They just need gas that last run. Maybe some guys save some gas. That can make a difference, you know. They might give a little bit extra of a cushion, you know. So you never know. Let everyone do.
Best finish by a woman in the history of the NASCAR.
I'm excited for the end of this race. There's a lot of people in this top 10, in this top 15 that aren't used to racing for the win and are not used to being this up close up towards the front.
Goodness, this is probably one of the most interesting NASCAR restarts I've seen in a while.
Now you're leading lanes. Now you're actually making big decisions on.
Just hope we can make it around without no other caution, because
a little bit extra of a cushion.
Next car is in. Double overtime at Talladega.
Did and
Jesse Love, the rookie, in control of the field.
For the end of this race, this is
green flag. Green.
In this top 15 that aren't used to racing for the win and are not used to being this up close.
Oh, again.
Now you're in a whole other ballgame as opposed to running, 20th or so. Now you're leading lanes.
You're
actually making big decisions.
Jumps out front, no caution yet.
No caution.
Complete trial. Next car is in. Double overtime.
Jesse Love's pretty far out in front.
Yep.
A couple lanes coming to him pretty quick.
I think the guy is going to come out.
He's rolling.
Ryan Ellis trying to get it going in the
Yep, he's rolling. No caution. Please, no caution. Please, no caution.
Would end the race. Riley Herbst making his way up through the field.
Here comes Riley Herbst right there. Haley Deegan, she has no help. Jesse Love way out in front. Here comes Honeyman. Big run by Honeyman.
Coming back to the white flag. There it is.
White flag. It's official.
Ryan Ellis trying to get it going.
Haley Deegan, she's falling back.
Outside lane, Riley Herbst making
Can Jesse Love hang on to it?
Needs to back up to the 35 or one of the 2 cars to get really this only Johnny's hands are passing the 2 car.
Oh. Wow. This might actually get a beat. We might actually have a. Here comes Alfredo. 4 wide behind him. Outside. We might have a photo finish. That's Brendan Poole. Oh, 4 wide. Side by side. Can Jesse Love do it? It looks like it's going to be Jesse Love. Jesse Love does it.
Hey, I sincerely apologize to the crew chief. I didn't think he was going to make it on gas, but what a race, what a job that he did. Redemption for Atlanta.
Wow, that was great. Joey Gase was the one that spun out and hit and.
Oh, I'm done now.
That was awesome. Congratulations to Jesse Love.
He's the 7th driver to get his first win.
So Jesse Love wins at Talladega, folks.
9th youngest winner.
Hopefully I spelled his name right.
At 19 years old.
Yep. Gets his first career win,
And that's
folks.
the 2nd win at Talladega for Richard Childress Racing. In 2019, Tyler Reddick got it done.
With the steering wheel off. Well-deserved win for Jesse Love.
14 wins in the grab for Richard Childress Racing. Most all time. 3-0 this year. Austin Hill delivers the season opener in Daytona. 1 week later at Atlanta. And today, Jesse Love gets his first career win in Talladega Superspeedway. What a great race.
Well, everyone, Jesse Love gets his first career win in the Xfinity Series and wins at Talladega Superspeedway.
The first win is always very special, very emotional. Someone's going to see someone get the first win.
Riley Herbst was 2nd, Alfredo 3rd, Honeyman 4th, Brennan Poole 5th. Let's go to Regan Smith.
Jesse Love gets his first career win. Jesse, you had to say feel, you had to blunt all the lines out there. How did you do all those things to get your first win?
Just a great group of guys, man. It's been it's a journey to get to this point. I got so many people to thank. First off, thank you and give all the glory to God and thank Him for this opportunity. The people around me, Wheelan Engineering, got the walk team this weekend. Danny Stockman, Duncan, Bug, everybody that leads this team, and Danny Lawrence, Mike Dillon, Richard, and Corey. Thank you guys so much. And,
So guys, this race was really good. And the finish, really good as well.
TSD flashback from Atlanta. And burgers in the ground. And huge thank you to the boys in East for
Yeah, congratulations to Jesse Love, man. Good job on getting your first NASCAR Xfinity Series win. Wow.
Last night wearing my shirts and everything. So, wow.
You talk about flashbacks to what happened in Atlanta, running out of field. You got cars running out of field all around you. But now that you got the win, does the moment feel exactly like you envisioned it?
Benedetto with the top 10. Last year's winner, Jet Burton at 9th. Haley Deegan fell outside the top 10. Caesar Vaccarello, Brendan Poole from 20. Brendan Poole finished 5th.
That was not smart. I kind of hear the Brandon Bash's voice. And thank you, Brandon, for all you do. And then Danny was like, no, you're getting too far out. And I was just kind of going back and forth. I thought I was doing a good job, but I was making dumb decisions. And towards the end, the bottom started rolling. I don't even remember what happened. I'm not even told you what happened, but just a phenomenal car, faster than they here at. And just ready to go celebrate with my family, my mom, my dad, my sister. They're all here. Jackson, Christina, a lot of people that I love very much that sacrificed a lot for me to get to this point. Probably heard from his second place today.
So guys, congratulations to Jesse Love on winning at Talladega Superspeedway, the Ag Pro 300. And stay tuned for tomorrow, guys, because I'm gonna be reacting to the Geico 500 live race reactions will happen tomorrow. Hopefully the weather cooperates and yeah. According to what I've looked at, the wet range should be high here before 1 o'clock p.m. So yeah. So guys, that's it for this live stream. Congratulations to Jesse Love and Ryan Sieg as well. He wins the Ryan Sieg, after being a lap down after having a tire failure, gets back and wins the dash for cash. So congratulations to Jesse Love on winning here at Talladega Superspeedway. And anyways, guys, stay tuned for tomorrow because we'll be reacting to the Geico 500, the big NASCAR Cup Series race at Talladega Superspeedway.